All right, audio should be working just fine. Oh, man. I'm yawning all the time today. How long till people join? Well, considering we just started like a minute ago, might take a few minutes. Gotta let people flush in first. Howdy, howdy. Are oblique spheroids round? They are. I'm okay. It wasn't a vacation. I was gone for work. I was at a conference. All right, it looks like we have... Would you ever do an educational show of some kind? In some sense, I kind of already do, but yes, of course I would. All right, let's bring up our first guests.
Hello.
Rotted Fungus, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. How's it going?
I'm doing okay. Oh, it seemed like you had an echo for a moment there. Rotted Fungus, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I think the Earth is a sphere.
Okay. Why'd you join then?
I really don't know. I'm just. I think I'm retarded.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jon
hello?
Snow, how's it going?
Good, what about you?
Doing okay. Jon Snow, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I think it's flat, and I think they're hiding Agartha in Antarctica.
Okay, I don't know what Agartha is. What's Agartha?
So it's basically this civilization that lives underground in Antarctica, full of these. It's like this white civilization, like this very advanced white underground civilization in Antarctica.
Why is it important that they're white?
Because it's Antarctica, they're not. Black people don't originate from like cold climates. So
Nobody originates from Antarctica.
well, that's not what I mean. But when people migrated to Antarctica,
When
their
did people
skin color
migrate to
changed.
Antarctica?
Or sorry, not Antarctica. Sorry about that. When they migrated into colder climates, but those people, the Garthians, are native to Antarctica.
Okay, how do we know that they exist?
Because if you go through the Nazi documents in World War II, it's recorded by the Nazi regime.
Okay. Why should I believe them?
Because it's credible and there's multiple eyewitnesses.
Okay, how is it credible and who are the eyewitnesses?
Well, the eyewitnesses are multiple members of the SS military.
Okay, do you know their names?
Not from the top of my head.
Does anybody know their names?
Yeah, it's in the documents.
Which documents?
They're called the SS files.
All right, the joking is done.
What? I'm not joking.
I just heard you laugh.
Yeah, I was laughing at a commercial.
All right. Ban him, y'all. Mods, ban him. Gone. Alex.
Hello.
Alex, how's it going?
Hi. I think that the flat Earth is
All right.
real.
Let's not do that. Talk to Vote for Change. Vote for Change, how's it going?
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Vote for Change. What shape do you think the Earth is?
Flat, my brother.
Okay. Why do you think so?
Well, I know some people personally that are Freemason pilots, been pilots for about 30 years that are retired. Various folks out of the military, and then just straight up, basic things like water finds level, so on and so on.
So, are they Masons or are they pilots or are they both?
Yeah, they're Freemasons. They take an oath not to actually say that it's flat. They don't actually fly with a little bit of curve, a little bit of curve. They fly straight across, but they do have to start adjusting for the firmament at certain points.
Wait, do you think that all pilots are Masons?
Not all, but the ones that are trying to get out of the masonry, are kind of like whistleblowing on some stuff. And I know one of these people personally. I commend them for leaving the masonry, and for going against the grain.
So you have a buddy who says that it's flat, and so you just believe him, or?
Well, I mean, I don't just believe him. He took me up in a fighter jet.
He took you up in a fighter jet. This sounds plausible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can go take a ride in a fighter. It was just an old Sea Harrier, the old one that got decommissioned back in like the early 2000s. So, yeah, I mean, just go up there in one of those or just a little biplane. You can see it's pretty damn flat.
I mean, it definitely. You're right. It definitely looks flat. Does that mean that it is flat?
Yes, sir, it is.
So
plus, he told me
are all things that look a certain way, are they actually that way?
Well, I know there's deceptive means of how the prisms work that give us horizon and so forth, but it's not true to a curvature. But check this out. So this guy told me, which is true. I did all my research.
That doesn't really address my question. My question is, like, stepping away from the curvature of the Earth, is it true that just because something looks a certain way, that means it is that way?
That's a very rhetorical question. I could say that for anything.
It's not a rhetorical question. It's a very explicit, straightforward question.
I actually look this way, but I can see you, of course.
Look, so just because something looks a certain way doesn't mean that it is that way, then. We agree, right?
Not all the time, right? That's correct.
So just because the Earth looks flat, when you're just looking at it with your eyeballs, doesn't mean it is flat, right?
Well, there's a lot of things around it that make it flat, like water. Trillions
Water.
and trillions.
How does water make it flat?
Because water always finds level, and it has no curvature.
What does that mean? What does that mean, that it always finds level?
When you put water in a glass, just tilt the glass. The water's level will always be level, no matter which direction you tilt it.
Are you familiar with a meniscus?
What does that?
You know what a meniscus? Okay, so did you take like high school chemistry?
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully you would have learned about the meniscus. Let me show you something really quick.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. So this is a meniscus, right? Does that look? That look flat to you?
Like you're sucking up liquid, right?
Well, I mean, sure, but like this is just water sitting in a tube. Doesn't look level to me.
But hold on, does meniscus have air in it, or some type of pocket of air in there, or
no? So this is just a tube, and then there's just air on top of it, and it's open at the top.
Oh, so check this out. That little rubber thing.
That's not a rubber thing. That's not a rubber thing. That's the layer of the water.
That turned dark like that?
It's just I can show you another picture if you want. If you don't like that one. Yeah.
And I think it's going to have something to do with the cylinder of the meniscus and how that water can divot a little bit from pressure being pulled into the tube. Or are you saying there's no cap on this?
There's no cap.
Okay.
Just water. There's another.
Yeah. I'm not seeing where you say there's curve. I don't see what you're seeing.
This? That's curved at the bottom there.
Can you zoom in for me?
You don't see the curve?
It looks rather like a thick line that would be on the top of the water.
Okay,
That's
let me show you another.
Can we do it in a glass of water? I mean, that's
Yeah.
about the same thing, right? Yeah. Let's try to drink a glass of water.
Yeah, you can always see it curves up at the edges. That's what a meniscus is. You learn about this. That's because of the what?
That's the cylinder of glass giving deception.
No, it's not the cylinder of the glass. It's the surface tension. Or it's not the cylinder of glass given deception. It's surface tension.
What is
It's like a
surface tension?
Oh, looks like we have some learning to do. So surface tension is just the kind of thing that pulls water into a ball shape when you have a small amount of it.
Say that one more time, please.
Surface tension is, I mean, we could talk about what causes it, but the net result of surface tension is what tends to pull water into a ball or into a curved shape when there's only a little bit of it.
Okay, now what makes it do that?
Essentially, it's intermolecular forces.
Which...
So like the glass is tugging on the water, and the water is also tugging on the water, and there's some forces involved.
Mm-hmm. Now, does that happen to a certain degree small size versus bigger?
So this is why raindrops are spherical, right?
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean, like raindrops are like you've seen raindrops, right?
Yeah, but they're falling.
Well, I mean, like on a table or something, like something like this.
Sure. Like little bubble balls, yeah.
Yeah, like those definitely aren't finding their level, whatever that means.
Yeah, the bottom of it's very flat, I'm sure.
Well, the bottom of it's flat because the table's flat, but like the top of it definitely isn't, right?
Yeah, but it's just sitting at rest. I mean,
Yeah,
it's such a
it's
small
just sitting at rest. So why does it curve? Why does it curve up? Why doesn't it just lay perfectly flat?
It doesn't keep curving up. It's not like it just keeps going like a ball. It just goes across eventually.
One sec. Let me show you something else.
What about that laser test that just happened? Like,
Let's not change topics. Here's another water droplet as viewed from the side.
Okay, gotcha.
Why it do that though?
But as smaller than you get makes it do that. The larger you get, it ain't gonna do that.
So then it seems like the principle "water always finds its level" is just not true because it doesn't apply here.
No. You're using a theory of yours to detect that. Listen.
This isn't. Hold on. I'm sorry. What's the theory? Like this is just a fact. This happens. This is real life.
No, hold on. This is not real life. Okay.
Wait. This is a picture. This is a photograph.
Check this out. The smaller you get in size of water, that's gonna happen. The bigger it is,
which means that the principle that water always finds its level is false.
It's actually not
false.
false.
It doesn't always apply.
The water on the table, it ain't gonna do that.
Well, no. It's if the principle doesn't always apply, then it's false.
No, it's false to your claim, not mine.
No, look, if the claim is that water always finds its level, but then I give you an example of water not finding its level, like with a water droplet, then the principle is not true.
No, that has a separate whole little scientific thing about it because of how small it is. I'm not that dumb. I could see things perceptively. I mean, I like you're smart. You're smart. You're very kind. But think about this with me. Wouldn't that make sense? The more mass in the water, the more level and option it doesn't have to do anything else but be level.
Why would that happen?
I don't know. I don't know that part of the chemistry, but there is a very...
Do you want me to tell you why?
Sure.
So water takes the shape of the forces that are applied to it, and the shape of the gravitational force that's applied to large bodies of water is the same shape as the Earth.
Yeah, but gravity don't exist, buddy.
It does exist.
No, you.
And we have tons of experimental evidence that proves it.
Mercury, and it won't go to the bottom.
Sorry, one more time? I couldn't hear you.
You could take an anvil and stick it in liquid mercury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could try all you want to force it to the bottom, it ain't gonna go. Gravity ain't real.
That doesn't mean gravity doesn't exist.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I don't. All right.
Gravity is a downward force. If there's a bigger upward force, then the upward force wins. Not that complicated.
Pretty much mass over weight, pretty much. You know what I mean?
So, did you say mass over weight?
Yeah, it's all about just actual weight. It ain't got nothing to do with no gravity.
What do you think weight is?
Pounds,
what? Pounds?
The more
pounds. Yeah, so weight is a downward force. That's what weight is.
Yeah, not gravity.
It's a downward force. What is the source of that force?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's gravity.
Okay. Where does
I mean,
gravity
look,
come from?
it
And
comes
why
from
does
mass.
like everything I read
Look,
say
look.
that
So
it's
there's
simply a theory? It's never been proven.
so theory doesn't mean not been proven. It has like
Yes, it
there's
does.
tons of no, it doesn't. There's tons of experimental data. Experimental. Look, so I'm just gonna show you a paper that was published 5 years ago now.
I
That
hope I'm
is one
making
of them.
you some cash today, little buddy, with this live,
Sorry,
debate and all. I hope
You
I'm
hope-
making you some money today.
what?
That's what you're on here for, is to make a few bucks, right? Come on, and debate.
I'm on here to try to convince flat earthers that their ideas are silly. Now look,
No, okay.
look.
So you can leave.
This is
leave the Earth right in a rocket? No, you can't.
look. Vote for change. This is a paper. It was published 5 years ago, ish. And in it, they measure gravity at the smallest scale yet done. Right? They measure the gravity on individual tiny golden spheres that are less than 100 milligrams. So they take two tiny little golden spheres, less than 100 milligrams each, and they measure the gravitational force between them.
Okay.
If you have some alternative explanation for why they seem to pull together, I'd love to hear it.
Well, to be honest with you, brother, my eyes have never told me wrong, especially when I have the Most High behind me showing me things. I might not sound as smart, but trust me, I've seen things that probably your eyes ain't seen. And I don't always can explain, but I'm pretty sure that the whole water finds level thing, yeah, I think I'm pretty much right on that.
Well, I mean, you're not. That's the awkward thing. Like you're just saying I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, but you don't have an explanation for why it does that. When I offer you an explanation, namely that it's because of the gravitational pull, you say gravity doesn't exist. But you don't offer any evidence, right? You don't offer any experimental data. You don't offer any contradictory facts. You don't offer anything. You're just kind of going off of vibes.
I'm not going off of vibes.
Okay, so then what is the mechanism that causes water to always find its level?
What is the mechanism that helps? I mean, I don't know what the name of it is. In my mind, I can understand that glass of water, when I tilt it, it's always level.
Right,
like
why does
level.
it do that? Why does it do that?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It works, doesn't it?
Okay, so
Sure.
if I can offer you an explanation for why it works, and that explanation stands up to scientific scrutiny, it seems like we should believe that explanation is true, right?
Why it finds flat? Okay, tell me.
Yeah, it's the gravitational pull of the Earth.
Sweet. So how does water surfacely, that much of it,
Does water
have
surfacely? What? I'm sorry,
Like
you'll
the-
have to rephrase that sentence.
like your little ball of water?
Mhm.
How does the Atlantic Ocean have that and it don't?
How does it have what and it don't?
Like the Atlantic Ocean is not curved like that little ball of water. It's flat.
So it's curved less because it's bigger.
Yeah, but y'all's curvature is what, every 66 miles?
Every 69 miles or so, you get 1 degree of curvature.
Okay, cool. So, and I have a dealio with those numbers in general, and I can explain all that to you too. But I mean, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but it doesn't matter. The bottom line is this: even in that deviated amount, okay, my buddy that was the pilot, he has this Nikon 1000.
Of course he does. The FLERF P1000.
The FLERF, they took it off the market because it's actually disproving y'all's stuff.
Do you have evidence of that? That's why they took it off?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's the
They won't even
evidence?
sell him any parts for it because they said
What's
it's
the evidence?
discontinued. It will never
What's
be
the
re-released.
what's the evidence for the reasoning for why they took it off the market?
Tons of stuff from NASA, from this.
Sorry,
from
what's
that.
the evidence?
People.
What's the evidence that the reason they took it off the market is because they disproved the globe? What's the evidence? What's the evidence that that's the reason why they took it off?
Every day. That's why you're here. You're trying to disprove it all.
Okay, vote for change. It seems like you're not understanding what my question is. You made the claim. Look, I agree that it was taken off the market. I think it was taken off the market because there wasn't a lot of demand for it. But you made the... Oh, he left. He ran away. What a shame. Well... Okay. It is what it is. I mean, look, so I actually remember looking into this, and we can pull it up really quick if you guys want. And we can look into why it was discontinued. At least according to Reddit, the super zoom bridge camera market is very limited, and the average bridge camera market is dead. So like, it's just not, there's not a lot of demand for it, right? So anyway, let us read some super chats and we'll move on to our next guest. So we have 1,000 coins. We have a galaxy from Cross Symbol. We have $5 from Seabar despite the flat earther. Well, I appreciate that. We have $10 from Binary Ghosts with the message. So I recently started watching the anime Dr. Stone. This stuff is very shonen goofy. However, it's nice that they made an anime out of the Anarchist's Cookbook for Children. Gunpowder is fundamental. Yeah, it is definitely shonen goofy. It's absolutely a goofy show, but it's fun. From Boogie the Cat with the $2, not much money. Yeah, right. One sec. I'm going to close the door. Density and buoyancy explains it. It doesn't, but we should. Look, if you want to come up, Lisa, feel free to do so. All right, shall we? All right, we're back. Okay. I don't know where Lisa went, so let's bring up the spider. Song stuck in my head. The spider, how's it going?
Yo, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. I just wanted to talk to the other guy. I wanted to speak to vote for a change, but he left.
Well, I appreciate that, but it does say opposition only, so I'm going to kick you off.
Sorry, man.
Thanks for being here. All right, let's talk to Yermo. Looks like Yermo's not connecting. How did it go from 300 viewers to like 700 in a couple minutes? No, it's just it usually takes a few minutes to start up, but once we get a conversation going, then people start tuning in. All right, looks like Yermo's not connecting. Let's talk to some guy.
Hello.
Some guy, how's it going?
Good. I know your thing says opposition only. You'll probably kick me. I just had a really quick question. Do neutrinos have gravity?
They experience gravity, yes.
Okay.
They also have mass, yeah.
Hey.
Johan, is it Johan or Johan?
It's Johan.
Johan, great. Johan, what shape do you think the Earth is?
It's complicated.
That's interesting. When you say it's complicated, what does that mean?
Well, it's not exactly a sphere.
Okay, what shape is it?
I would say it's almost pan-shaped.
Pan-shaped, okay. So flattish?
Flattish, but there's
obviously there are mountains.
There are mountains and there are like round lumps around it.
What do you mean by round lumps?
And that gives us like, okay, so the reason why so many people think that the Earth is round is because they observe these lumps in nature, and then they say, okay, the Earth is round, but it's actually not. It's actually a pan with particular lumps.
Where are the lumps?
The lumps are Earth.
No, where?
The Earth
like
has
where
lumps.
on Earth? Where on Earth are the lumps?
So the lumps usually reside where the water is, and they usually reside like just places.
Just places. So I mean, it kind of sounds like you're trolling, but for the record, people don't think that the Earth is round because they see lumps. It's not where the shape of the Earth, the idea for the shape of the Earth comes from.
So where does the idea come from?
It comes from observations of originally it comes from observations of the celestial sphere, namely things like the way that the stars, the moon, and the sun move. Later, it comes from measurements of things like
but the moon, okay.
Comes from
No,
measurements
but
of like
how
land.
did you notice? Okay, so hold on. Okay, perfect. So you brought out the moon. Okay, perfect. When we observe the moon, right, we see that it's round, but there's there's lumps on it at the same time.
Yeah, you're talking about craters and mountains.
No, I'm talking about lumps.
What are lumps?
Like
if not craters and mountains.
No, okay, so lumps is landmass that's curved, right? But it gives the illusion.
This has got to be a troll.
That there's something.
It's got to be a troll. Right? That had to be a troll. There's no way that was real. Right? All right, we'll read a super chat or two and then move on to our next guest. From Garain with the $5. Why down? Density is a scalar. Look at the equation for buoyancy. Where does the vector come from? Right, this is the question that flat earthers are able to avoid because they don't understand what forces are. We did also just get a $20 super chat from Shay for the welcome back. Well, welcome. Thank you for having me. And from Tim Davidson, we have $5. I'm a fiat earther. It's shaped like a small Italian car. That's funny. All right, let's bring up Zeke. Zeke.
Yo.
How's it going?
Blessed. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Zeke, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I'm gonna go kind of with the other dude. He's kind of complicated. I feel like it's a 50-50. I'm not too sure.
Can you elaborate on? Can you elaborate on that? Like, what's 50-50 about it? Is it just that you're uncertain, or do you think that the shape is like something between a sphere and a pancake?
Well, I think if it was I think it could be circular, like a circle, but a sphere, not sure.
Well, okay, but circular and spherical are different, right? So you don't think it's spherical?
Yeah, I don't think it's spherical.
Why not?
I do believe in gravity, but I see that like they're using gravity as a way to cope with the globe Earth.
Well, look, if you think that gravity is real, then heavy things, the heavier they are, the stronger their inward gravitational pull is, right?
Well, if that would be true, then the Earth would be one of the biggest masses, one of the biggest planets, or heaviest planets.
Wait, so you don't believe in gravity? Because you said if it's true.
No, I do believe in gravity, of course.
Okay, so then it is true, right? You do believe it's true.
Well, I asked that because I believe that Earth has a lot of people on it, and so
I think that
it'd be one of the heaviest.
I mean, it's definitely one of the heaviest things in the solar system. That's true.
But then they say that the sun is the heaviest, isn't it? Like
yeah, so the Earth is one of the heaviest, but it's not the heaviest.
Okay. Yeah, and then wouldn't we like be going? Wouldn't we be? Since the sun is the heaviest, wouldn't we be going towards the sun?
Well, we are being pulled towards it, but we're moving around it too fast.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I don't like. That's where I get a little like skeptical because like they use all this analogy and all these little puzzle pieces.
There was nothing in analogy I just said.
Well, I mean, like the solar system, they use all these puzzle pieces to connect everything together. If not, if one piece is out, then like nothing works, you know?
Right, but none of the pieces are out. It all fits together very nicely.
Yeah, so nice. We have a creator.
I don't
So
see how you go from all the puzzle pieces fit together very nicely to we have a creator. Obviously, puzzle pieces you were using them in an analogy way, as was I. Not literally a puzzle piece.
okay. Well, what about like the Cavendish experiment? I feel like that's a big lie. Like they're using two magnets and like magnetism moves at the speed of light.
Zeke, are you trolling me?
Of course not.
I'll give you one time to escape without getting banned.
Getting banned.
For trolling, yeah.
Okay. So let's say like the word level. We all know what it
All right,
means,
y'all.
right?
Mods ban him. He was trolling. Pen with the $20. I guess you could say flat earth theory fell flat on its face. Indeed. Indeed it did. And from just some guy with the $2. Lumps are what Fergie shakes. That's true. That is what lumps are. And from Ken again with the $10. A vampire hates crucifixes. Flat earthers hates globes. Yeah, that checks out. And thank you so much, Ken, for the generous donations. All right, let's bring up this fellow whose name I cannot read, but I'm happy to talk to them regardless.
Hello.
Hey, what should I call you?
Ahmed.
Ahmed. Okay, Ahmed. So, what shape do you think the Earth is?
Flat.
Okay, and why do you think that?
Because the globe theory or infos that they're providing are not convincing at all.
Okay, I mean, so what kinds of things have you been told that's just not convincing to you?
I mean, because the pictures of Earth, do you believe them? It's true?
I think that we have good reason to think that they're real, yeah.
Okay, so logically, let's say that they are true. How did they
by the way, I should clarify. Like, some of them are real, but they're composites of like real photos, right? And so like you can make like a real composite. It doesn't make it not fake.
Okay, so what I'm saying, because how they took the pictures, but basically by the international ship of, I don't know the name, but
International Space Station?
Yeah, right?
What about it? What about it?
They took the pictures from it, right?
No, not all of them.
Like most of them, maybe.
No, I don't even think most of them. I think most of them were taken from either weather satellites or from
okay,
the Apollo
these
missions.
weather satellites, how far are them from Earth?
It depends
from
on
the
the satellite. I can look up
the furthest one.
So the Epic Discover satellite, that's an American satellite. I don't know how far that one is, but we can find out.
Yeah, the international spaceship is
So
like
the
400.
So the Epic Discover satellite orbits at an altitude of just under 1 million miles away.
Million?
Yeah.
And you believe that?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Okay, so okay, 1 million, and you know what? Can you prove that?
Look, you just asked me like how far away it is. If you're asking me for like proof that it's that distance, I mean, like we'd have to go look at the flight logs and stuff like that. I mean, like it could 100% be a lie, but you know, you'd probably have to provide evidence that it is.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, because what's the diameter of the Earth?
It's about 8,000 miles.
No more. Miles, I don't know how. It's in kilometers. How much?
Like 14,000 kilometers. A little bit less.
Yeah, 14,000 kilometers. Okay, and the highest satellite, let's say, I mean, 1 million is overrated. It's too much.
No, we have satellites that orbit further away.
Let me tell you why. Because they say that they reached the moon, which I also don't believe. Because why you don't believe? Because they don't have one full film of the rocket itself going from the ground to the moon.
Why would they need that for you to believe it?
Why? Because I need to believe that.
Well, look, I mean, like, there are lots of things that we have film of. Like, okay, for example, we have some film from events of World War II, but we don't have a full film that was running continuously from the invasion of Poland by the Nazis to the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. We don't have a continuous film of that, but that doesn't mean that we don't believe it happened because we don't have continuous film for the entire thing.
But we still have historical people that wrote what happened.
Right, and we have historical people that wrote what happened about the Apollo mission, and we have much more than that as well. We have we do have video, we do have photos, we do have
the same
space.
person that
We do have space rocks that we brought back from the moon. We have mirrors that we left on the moon. We have the testimony of the astronauts that walked on the moon. Like we have
What was
plenty
his
of
name?
evidence.
What was his name?
There were, I think, 12 astronauts that walked on the moon.
No, himself, the guy that put the flag.
There were 12 astronauts that walked on the moon.
Yeah, one of them who testified and said it was a lie.
Which one?
That's what I don't remember the name.
I don't think any of them, I don't think a single astronaut testified that the moon landing was a lie.
Okay, just give me 30 minutes and I will just bring you everything.
30 minutes?
Well, yeah, because I need to let you
go in between there, but okay.
Sure. I know
Go
it's
ahead.
too much because I have a prayer I need to do.
Yeah, no, that's oh, okay. No, you have prayer. That's fine. I totally get it. All right, see you later.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, we'll let him come back in a little bit. If he does genuinely come back, let's read some super chats and move on to our next guest. We got $5, which is 1,000 coins from NASA payroll. See, I am on the NASA payroll. It's just $5 doesn't really go that far. From Ken with the $20, globes are not convincing after I just said they hate them. I feel like a champion. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. From Tim Davidson with the $5, we're falling straight into the sun, but we're moving left and right too fast, so we miss and it pulls us back and we miss again. That's an orbit. Yeah, that's exactly what an orbit is. From Optopoppet with the $5, FLERFS not understanding tangent lines in the year 2026. Look, it's 2026, 2025, 2024, it'll happen plenty. And from Nick N with the 5 Canuck bucks, what do you get when you cross a mountain climber with a mosquito? Nothing, because you can't cross a scalar with a vector. I like that. That's a good math joke. We need more math jokes here. All right, y'all. We have hold on, I just got a DM. Okay. I think that we're in the clear. Let us bring up our next guest. Talk to King Juds. King Juds, how's it going?
Oh, right here. Wait. Oh, what? Oh, am I here?
You're here?
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, cool. So
I can
yeah,
hear you,
this is, there's all kinds of shit going on. The globe is not, I'm just telling you right now, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's definitely not what they say it is.
The globe is not what they say it is?
And we live in a container. I don't care what, I consider it a bubble. I think
did you say the globe is not what they say it is?
Yeah, it's not a globe. We don't live on a globe.
So the globe is not a globe.
We live on a round, flat plane of existence.
Okay. So what would you make of the flight maps, or the flight paths, sorry?
You mean the what's that? The flat map. It's called.
I was going to explain it to you, but then you interrupted
map. Is that what you're talking about?
I was going to explain it, but then you interrupted me. Yeah. So there are flights that we have between 2 continents in the southern hemisphere, and nearly identical flights that we have between 2 continents in the northern hemisphere. The same latitude, the same longitude. One is just on the north side and one is on the south side. How can you explain that they are symmetrical and identical, except they're flipped across the the equator? How can you explain that?
I don't, what, so you're asking me a question and you're the doctor?
Well, yeah, I'm asking for an alternative explanation if you think that the Earth isn't a globe.
Okay, so, for that phenomenon,
yeah.
I didn't really, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention too much to what you just said, so either you have to repeat the question,
I'll say
or
it again.
You can let me, okay.
Yeah. And I'll show you some, I'll help you out a little bit, because
I want to show you, I want to ask you some things about the things that I know about our...
Absolutely, we'll get there. Absolutely, I'm not just gonna steamroll you.
And I need you to answer, because the vacuum.
Yeah. Don't worry,
we'll have
an honest back and forth. Don't worry. Okay, let me pull up the thing.
Try to answer your plane thing.
Yeah. Okay, so here we have Qantas Flight 28. Let me move it. So can you see this all right? This is on FlightAware. It just documents flights, and it tracks them where they are and so on and so forth. So This is a flight that flies from Santiago to Sydney, right? Let me zoom out a little bit. And by the way, this is not the shape of the Earth. This is just a useful way of, it's just a useful map. But it flies from Santiago in South America to Sydney in Australia. It takes, you know, depending on the weather, because, you know, if it's windy or something, sometimes it can be different. But on average, it takes somewhere between 13 and 14 and a half hours. Today, it flies every day. Today, it's going to take 14 hours and 15 minutes. Fine. So that's a flight from Santiago to Sydney. Now, there's a similar flight from New York City to Tokyo, Japan. It takes about the same amount of time, 12 and a half to 14 hours on average, depending on the weather. Now, today it's going to take 12 hours and 46 minutes. And it also flies every day. Now, here's the flight map. Now, if we look at this flight map, and we look at this flight map, let me just line them up a little bit.
Oh, wow, that's definitely the Gleason's map. That's what... Wow.
Okay, so, sorry, I just want to line them up a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so see how they're basically the same flight, it's just one's in the north and one's in the south?
Yes.
Okay, and they take basically the same amount of time, right? Like this one takes about an hour and a half longer today, but we could go back and look at the history, and it depends on the day. They usually take within 30 minutes of each other. So we agree that these flights exist, and that they're basically the same, north versus south?
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, why are they so symmetrical between the north and the south? If the northern hemisphere is different from the southern hemisphere?
So as in the radius that it's traveling on, how in the north it goes up does like a giant loop? Is that what you mean?
No, so we agree that they're like symmetrical, right? That something about the northern hemisphere, like north of the equator, is the same as the thing about the south of the equator. Something about it is the same north of the equator as it is south of the equator, because these flight paths are the same.
Okay.
And they're flying the shortest route, right? So the question
I've
is...
always wondered... Okay.
So, and then I just have one more thing that I need to show you, and then we can get into the relevant question. Where's the high resolution one? Here's the high resolution. So so you're familiar with the Gleason map, yeah?
I mean, I've looked at it a few times. I don't own one.
Okay, so here's a high resolution version. Oops, zoom in a little bit. High resolution version of the Gleason map. Now, if you were to fly from New York to Japan, that would take you from about here to about here, right?
Yep.
There's New York, there's Japan. Japan's actually covered up, but you can barely see it. Now, if you were to fly from Santiago, it's here, to Sydney, that's over here, it seems like it's more than twice the distance.
Yeah.
And yet, the flights take basically the same amount of time. So it seems like this map can't be correct. Rather, you need a map that's symmetrical between the north and the south. And what maps are symmetrical between the north and the south? Can you give me an example of a shape that would be symmetrical?
I'm not saying, I get it. I see what you're saying. That looks, that's, I'm not saying the Gleason's map is even right. I'm just saying it's more, I think it's closer to what it really is than the globe.
Apparently not, because on the globe, let me show you the globe picture. With those same exact flights.
You clearly can see in the one flight from Japan how close it really is, and they don't fly. They fly up north and then into what is it, Russia? You come down through Russia.
So here's the globe picture, right? So if we draw a line, a straight line from Santiago all the way to, where's Australia? Santiago to Sydney, right? We can check that it's a straight line, right? It's a straight line. Santiago to Sydney. What you'll find is that if you look north down, it curves, this path curves towards Antarctica in the exact same way that this flight curves towards Antarctica. And if we go and we look at, and we can clear this, if we go and we look at a flight from New York City, right about there, to Japan, to Tokyo, right about, I don't know, where's Tokyo? Isn't it kind of in the south? Ah, there it is. We see that on a globe, it passes, it curves up north. Oh, sorry. It's black? What?
Oh, there it is. Now I can see you.
It curves up north, right? Just like the flight map does, just like the map of the flight does. So on a globe, both of these paths are exactly what you would expect. These are exactly the paths that you would take on a globe. But if the Earth were flat, like it is on a Gleason map, or like it is on any flat map, what you'll find is that the distances don't make sense. It should take way longer to go between two southern hemisphere locations than it is to go between two northern hemisphere locations. And the paths should be different. For example, if the Gleason map were true, you should end up flying north first and then end up going south to get to Sydney. But in reality, they fly south first and end up flying north to get to Sydney. So it all works on a globe. It all works on a globe. It doesn't work on a flat map. Do you have an explanation?
Yeah, I just want to know why, if we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, because that's what the globe is.
Hold on, are you going to, are you going to offer an explanation, or are we just going to pivot?
Yeah. No, I'm not pivoting. I'm not telling you. I don't know. I don't have.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
But
if you don't know, wait, before we I promise we will talk about that, but do you recognize that it makes sense on a globe? That those paths do agree with what a globe would say the paths should take?
One of those paths look correct for we're looking at the globe, and the other one looks like it's coming off the flat Earth map. But
which one doesn't look correct on the globe?
The one going, the southern one is the one that I think is
this one doesn't look right on the globe?
I don't even know it. They both look the same. They fly. You said they're basically the same time to go from there to there.
They're basically the same time, basically the same path. Yeah, and they both perfectly agree with what the globe would expect. For example, here's the flight. Here's the flight, right? Notice how
I just want you to help me with my questions.
I will, but I just want you to acknowledge. I just want you to acknowledge that the flights make perfect sense on a globe, and they don't make sense on a Gleason map.
Okay, but the nose of the plane isn't fucking dropping down. They tilt. They're flying at 500 miles an hour or faster. And
okay,
there's
so we're
no
pivoting. That's
tilting
fine.
of the nose. I'm just telling you, these are the things that are real. This is like real stuff that you can know. Like every pilot knows that we're living on a flat plane of existence, and if they don't know that, they're lying
I've spoken with pilots. But look, we can talk about that too. On a flat plane, what angle should the nose be tilted at? Should it be relative to the horizon? Should it be horizontal? Should it be tilted up? Should it be tilted down?
No, what I'm saying is once a plane gets to level wherever they're at cruising altitude, right? And they're traveling, the Earth should literally be dropping out from underneath them.
Hold on, that wasn't my question.
It's got a radius, and they should literally be gaining altitude, just flying level.
Right. So here's
the planet was a globe.
Juds,
that's
I understand. I understand what you're saying.
But
so
since
Juds,
that doesn't happen, that's how we know.
Juds, so imagine that the Earth is a plane, right? You already believe the Earth is a plane, right? It's planar. What would happen if let's say that it's at cruising altitude, and let's say that the plane tilts its nose down by a few degrees? What would happen?
Look, I just explained it perfectly. If we are traveling,
why can't you just answer my question?
What would happen if the plane tilts the nose down? It's going to go down. You're going to start flying down.
Okay, great. Now, what would happen if the plane tilted its nose up while it's at cruising altitude?
It's probably going to fly up and gain
You'd be
altitude.
Incorrect. That's wrong.
Okay, well,
so planes always, when they're at cruising, at least like modern jet planes, like fighter craft, who knows? But modern jet planes, like commercial aircraft, they always fly with an angle of 2 to 3 degrees tilted up.
All right.
How does that make sense on a flat Earth if your view is that, you would have to tilt down to go around the globe?
The plane needs for the air to hit, like the aerodynamics and all that with the lift and all that. That's why most planes sit with that 2
why
degree
can't
lift.
Why can't that also work on a globe then? Why does it have to tilt down in order to go around the Earth?
Yeah, if they're flying level and we lived on a globe, right? Right? If they're not gaining altitude because the Earth is dropping out below them every certain amount of miles that they travel. The Earth drops whatever 9 inches every mile.
It's 1 degree every 69 miles, by the way.
Whatever. The fact is the planes are not gaining altitude because the Earth is not a globe. That's why.
Well, they wouldn't gain
They're
altitude.
flying straight.
If
Yeah,
you understood
they would.
if you
the Earth is really a
if you
globe,
understood
you
aerodynamics, if you understood, I have a simulation that I can show you right now. If you understood
Okay, but you're
aerodynamics,
not
you would
understanding.
recognize.
If the Earth is dropping out below the plane, and
Right, the
plane is
planes tilt
flying level-
automatically, even if they're tilted up. They tilt automatically.
No, there is no automatic tilt. They don't have
There
some
is.
special thing. The gyro.
There is, and I can explain it to you if you want. You said that you wanted an explanation for this thing, and I can offer you an explanation.
I'm over the plane thing. You don't. But you
No,
don't
I'm sorry.
wanna accept the fact that the plane is not gaining altitude.
I'm not going to accept the fact because you're wrong about it, and I can explain why you're wrong about it. So right now, we have what you're seeing is a simulation of there's no autopilot, there's no controls. This is just a balanced plane, balanced airplane, right? You can see on it, you can see all of the relevant vectors. The blue vector pointing up, which is here. That is the lift vector produced by the wings. The down vector here in green, you can call that the weight vector, you can call it density, whatever it is. It's the thing that makes things fall downward. That's located at the center of mass. And then we can see the red vector here. That is that's the drag from the plane, also located at the center of mass. And then we have the orange vector, which is the thrust. Now, those are the 4 forces that are present on an airplane. Now the question is, what happens if you just let it go? You keep all of those forces oriented in the same way, located at the same location. Suppose that the Earth is a globe, what will happen? Well, we can just run it. I'm just gonna speed it up 100x, and I'm just gonna run the simulation. Oh, what's that? It's tracking the surface of the globe, even though the globe is turning with it. And the reason this happens, by the way, the reason why the plane automatically tilts is because the center of lift is behind the center of mass. And so that means that there's a torque. If the plane ends up tilted in the wrong direction, it will torque to self-correct. This is like a well understood phenomenon.
Yeah, I definitely understand the phenomenon that you're
So
talking about.
how is it automatically tilting without autopilot on in the simulation?
What do you mean? You're on a simulated little game.
Yeah,
that you're playing right now,
all it's simulating is the 4
yeah,
forces:
you're
lift,
not in a real
weight,
plane.
thrust, drag, and trim. It's also simulating
Okay.
trim. Trim is a little force that
So
just
it's
keeps,
doing
it's
circles, I guess. It's doing
yeah,
dips.
but
Is that
but
what
why does it do that? Why doesn't it crash? Why doesn't it raise an altitude?
The simulation is doing that. I don't know.
Well, so we can adjust
Why isn't
actually.
it raising or-
Why don't we adjust it, right? So why don't we increase the trim?
Can you explain the vacuum that's sitting outside our
we're gonna
ozone
increase
layer
the
that's
trim,
not
so
sucking all the air off the planet?
So I've increased the trim to 4.75
Can you
degrees.
explain that?
So now
That's what I would really like you to explain.
we're gonna
How
increase the trim.
in the hell is all the oxygen on planet Earth not being sucked off the face of the planet?
Okay, so now we're just deflecting away from the
Giant
airplane
vacuum
thing.
of space. No, I just know that the planes aren't dipping their nose, and
They don't have to dip their nose. That's the
they're-
lovely part.
they
They can
do
go
have to
around the
dip their
curvature of the
nose
Earth
if they live on
without
a
dipping their
globe.
nose. No, they don't. The aerodynamic
Yeah, I
simulations
see
show
what you're saying.
otherwise.
I could see what you're saying as long as they were dropping in altitude.
No,
right?
no, but the thing is the
they
aerodynamic
would
simulations
be able
just
to
show
go around the
otherwise.
globe.
They don't need they don't need to drop an altitude or increase an altitude or whatever. This is a thing that happens automatically. Planes are engineered to do this.
Okay,
Like,
so
look,
also,
let me tilt the if I tilt the plane up,
From
now
New
it starts
York
to gain altitude. If I put the plane at 0 degrees altitude, it starts to lower in altitude. If I tilt it down,
Okay.
even on a globe, if I tilt it down, say 2 degrees, it will crash. It will start to crash, even if you're on a globe, because that's how planes are designed.
Okay, so
Tilting
make
down
that
on a
plane go
globe
level
would
right
make.
now for me.
Okay.
Can you make it go level for me?
Yep. Currently
Okay,
flying
make the
level.
plane go level for me.
It is. Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like
It's
it's tilted a little down.
The altitude tracker is right here, and it's flying at almost exactly 37,000 feet. The
All right,
trim
now
is
it looks better. Now you
3.76
got-
degrees.
Now you got it. Now check this out. Now have that plane fly And let's see the ground, right?
It is flying.
The ground needs to start dropping out below
It is. See how the ground is now tilted? I'll speed it up for you just so then you can see
Are
it.
we gaining
See?
altitude as
Nope.
we're flying, right?
We're maintaining altitude.
And you're saying that the plane is literally just tracking the Earth's radius without tilting the nose down.
Right, because what happens is that the curvature
This is your simulation playing games, man. It really is.
No, this is just like an actual simulation of the aerodynamics and the forces involved. The thing is that the gravitational force always points towards the center. So if the Earth curves away from you, the gravitational force changes its angle. And that gravitational force, by changing its angle, induces a torque. And that causes the plane to rotate.
I get it, but it just is not going to track the radius of the planet.
If you got it, then you wouldn't be saying it won't track the radius of the planet.
It won't unless you're following it with the controls. Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. It does it on its own. There are no controls on this in this simulation. This is just
you set that up the way it is.
I didn't even set the simulation up. This is done by Walter Bislin.
Yeah, Walter.
All this is doing. This isn't some hoax. All this is doing is standard aerodynamics.
Okay, but yeah, so we disagree on that too with the plane. What about the
This makes sense now. There's a map for you.
what about the ozone? How is there a giant vacuum sitting just here on the outside of our precious oxygen and it not sucking? How are there rockets in space? How are they creating fire and lift and thrust in a vacuum? It's just not.
Which one do you want to talk about? Because it seems like you're confused about a few things, and we can talk about any of them.
I'm confused about everything, but
I understand that.
So yeah, you tell me
which one do you want to talk about?
Help me. I want to know how we
whether or not I can help you.
That's on our planet.
That's to be seen, right? Right. So, what do you think a vacuum is?
I guess it would be considered a place where it's sucking all gases and anything else that it has the power to suck.
Right. So there's your first mistake. A vacuum is just where there isn't anything.
Okay. So yeah, it's
all a vacuum is. There's just nothing there. It's just empty. There's no air.
So we got to
nothing.
Equalize the pressure. That's what it does. It equalizes the pressure.
What equalizes the pressure?
The vacuum. Like if we open
the vacuum isn't anything. The vacuum doesn't have stuff. So how can it do anything?
What do you mean? It's sucking our. It should suck.
Vacuums don't do anything, right? Vacuums are empty.
Well,
there's nothing in them to be doing anything. Sorry.
No. Well, I just explained. So you just, doesn't that sound funny? Like if there was really the vacuum of space sitting out there, does it just sound funny that our giant force field ozone layer or the oxygen, like
You say the vacuum doesn't suck anything.
It just, to me,
vacuums
it's just really
don't
hard
suck.
For me to believe.
So do you think that
I'm not saying I maybe that's the wrong choice in words, but
vacuums don't do anything actually. Like they just don't do anything because there's nothing there to do anything. I know that you're thinking of a vacuum cleaner, and vacuum cleaners, it seems like something in the machine is sucking the stuff in, right?
Now, if you really are a logical, common sense man.
King Judds, I was in the middle of a sentence. Can you not interrupt me? I was in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but
so then don't do it. So the vacuum cleaner is not some magical thing inside that is sucking things towards it. A vacuum cleaner is producing a lower pressure environment. And because there's higher pressure on the outside, that higher pressure is not balanced against higher pressure from inside the vacuum. So the higher pressure pushes stuff into the center of the vacuum cleaner. The vacuum doesn't do anything. It's the pressure from the outside that pushes into the vacuum. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, does that make sense? Yes, it does. So we live on a pressurized system, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't have hurricanes or tornadoes unless we were basically in this enclosed environment, right?
That doesn't follow. No.
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 Whoa.
It doesn't have to be enclosed.
Well, we have to be in a pressurized environment. So what does that mean? We
Yeah,
have to have
sure.
a container, correct?
No, if by container you mean like
We
some
can't have a
solid barrier,
pressurized
no.
environment. Yeah, we need some sort of container or barrier to stop all the gases and oxygen from floating out into space.
Well, we don't need a barrier to do that. We have gravity that can account for that. The gravity keeps the gas stuck to the Earth.
You think, oh, really?
Yeah.
Then how come it doesn't keep helium stuck to the Earth?
For the most part, it does. We do lose a little bit because
No, it doesn't.
occasionally.
You can put helium in a balloon, and this giant force that holds everything together out there.
Well, the
can't
helium doesn't
stop
go to
a
space.
balloon full of a gas.
You know, the helium doesn't go to
floating up in
space,
there.
right? The
I'm
balloon
not
doesn't
saying
go to
it does,
space.
but I am saying
So
that
it's still stuck
planet
to
Earth
Earth. It's still like stuck to like, you know,
No, it's
the
it's
Earth,
stuck to our
like the
container
Earth.
inside the aquarium we live in, the bubble. I think we live in a giant bubble inside the ooze of space, which is like this water. It's like a silicone base substance.
And is there any evidence that supports this? Or is it like
Yeah,
vibes based?
No, it's just my dreams and everything else I go through.
Do we usually rely on dreams as being like a reliable source of evidence?
No, it's just from what I see, though.
So what you see is a reliable, like what kind of thing do you see? Are we talking about like you see the helium? I'm not talking about balloon, I'm just talking about the gas helium.
You're
Like,
saying gravity isn't holding air onto our planet. It's not doing that. It's not holding
but it
the
is.
oxygen down on. Okay.
Gravity
But then why
acts
isn't
on
it holding
everything.
other gases like helium down.
It does. The helium just lives in a higher layer.
But it's strong enough to keep our weighted
Some helium
bodies
does
on the
escape, by the
ground.
way, because it can reach escape velocity, but not very much.
Okay, but what? Well, the moon travels around. Okay, I just
Don't pivot.
what about you? Like, I'm not pivoting. I'm just saying in general, you're just not getting it. You're not seeing it.
You think that this is me not getting something? I've offered you
Yeah.
explanations for every single question that you've asked.
What explanations?
Yep.
Mm. And I heard you talking to that other dude about that P1000 with the zooming in. He didn't even say that it could zoom in. Something showing
by
up
the way,
on the horizon. Just
I
these little
actually-
things like that.
I actually found out that the Nikon P1000 was canceled, and they've released the Nikon P1100 now. So it's not been discontinued. It's like a real thing. They just have a next one, right?
Yeah, but they stopped making the P1000s because
Yeah, they stopped making Ford T
iPhone
models or
7.
whatever, right? Like they make the newer ones now.
No, I know, I get it.
Model Ts, that's what they're called, not T models. Yeah, so like it's not anything particularly surprising there. Look, I'd love you to show me a video of somebody zooming in a cruise ship as it disappears below the horizon. I suspect you probably won't be able to find any because I've asked FLERFS for this for years now, and nobody has ever provided me such a thing.
Bro, there's plenty of people that have that video.
For
I
cruise
just don't
ships?
personally have it. I wish I
No.
could show you it. Do you
There are
want
not
me
plenty
to
of
try and
people who
find
have it.
I don't even know how I could. How do I upload it and put it? I'll find it.
If
I
you
know I
tell
have one like
if
that.
you tell me it, I can pull it up for you.
Okay, so why don't you go? Hold on. Well, how do I look up my? Just look up. Just try to Google it or YouTube it. Try to YouTube.
I have. Nothing comes up.
Well, there's plenty of videos out there. I'm sure you've seen them. You've had to have seen them.
Not for cruise ships, no.
What do you mean not for a cruise ship? So you've seen sailboats.
I've never seen anybody zoom in a cruise ship once it's you know, once you can only see the bottom half of it, or the top half of it. I've never seen that, and I've brought this up to hundreds of flat earthers at this point. Not a single one has ever shown me a video of that.
So, you're talking about it. You're specific. You want a cruise ship.
I want a cruise ship, and the reason I want a cruise ship is because cruise ships are big enough that we can see them even when you're not zoomed in, right? So we can see them dipping below the horizon because they're so large. However, for sailboats, often people say, oh, it's been obstructed by the horizon, and then you can zoom it back in, but it was never obstructed by the horizon to begin with. It was just too small to see. So cruise ships, they can get obstructed by the horizon while you can still see them with your naked eye because they're so big. and you can never zoom that bottom back in.
Well, oh, okay, I understand exactly what you're. So you just haven't seen a video like that. I think I have seen a cruise ship or something. I've seen oil rigs. They've done sailboats. They've done more than that. They've looked completely across.
Have you ever? Has there ever
lakes.
been a cruise ship?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen one per se.
Why not?
It just doesn't matter. I just. Oh wait, I'm looking
matters
at
a
one
lot.
right now. It looks like a cruise ship. What is it? What is? Hold on. You want to look this up? I see a cruise ship
sure.
right now.
Sure, I'll look it up.
Hold on. This is the proof. What is this on, Brooke? A large cruise ship on the horizon. It's from Space Tie-in, is it? Oh no, it works, Brooke. It's Space. It's SPACEXTIAN. It's on this guy's reels.
Space Christian? Is it on YouTube or TikTok or what?
Yeah, I think it's Instagram.
Okay, let me go to Instagram really quick.
It's on Instagram and it says Space.
I'm pulling it up. Don't worry.
XTIAN.
Don't you worry. It's Space Christian, by the way.
No, it's got an X. And
Yes,
then
that's the X. The X is symbolic of the Chris part of Christian.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean,
How does one use the? Is there a search function that I can use for Instagram on the desktop?
yeah, there's one right here in front of me. My chick just brought it up. It's a cruise ship that flies
Hold
over.
on.
Just
Somebody,
like you said.
okay, somebody help me. I'm being a boomer right now. Where's the search function on Instagram? Oh, search function. Never mind. I found it. I found it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I was just being dumb. Okay, we'll pull it up. All right. So which of these videos is it? Just so I click on the right one.
That says this is the proof of the Earth's.
I don't see the titles. I only see like the thumbnails. Is it this one?
Yeah. Well, look at. She just bring it up on Instagram. I don't even know. I wasn't even watching.
50 weeks ago.
It was like 50 weeks ago.
Is it
Well,
okay?
yeah, play
okay,
one of
well-
them. Just play one real quick and see if it's the one.
Okay, we'll see.
Who's that calling, bro?
I'll just see if I can find. I don't see any with the name of the. Okay, let me see if I can just go to the account called Space Christian.
Or yeah, there's none. Is this? It's
Yeah. Okay, so I found the account, and you said it's 50 weeks ago, so I'll just scroll for a
Google
while.
Cruise ship going over the horizon. That's all it is. You can Google cruise ship going over the horizon.
Okay.
Disappearing from the horizon, and then you'll see there's videos of
This is from
dudes bringing it back
6
in.
months ago. 50 weeks ago was like a year ago, right? Yeah. Okay, one sec.
Yes.
We'll find it. Don't worry. That's from March. That's from February. Okay, so then it should be around here. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm seeing. So here I have, this is the Space Christian account. February 26, 2025 is from about 50 weeks ago. Seeing space, is this the account that you're talking about?
I guess, yeah. It's just right here. Yeah, that's the one. Space. But actually,
okay,
I'm
here we
looking
go.
at this
Here we go.
video and it's not
We
even
found it. We
showing-
found it.
It's not even showing. Yeah,
what's
that is
this?
it. But that's
This is
not
the video? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But that video isn't even. I just looked at it, watched it, and it's not even showing me really what I want to show.
So where's the why can't they zoom the cruise ship back in? Where's it going?
I don't know. I think they cut and go to a whole nother. It's not a solid one film, so that's how you know that they're fucking around in this one. So
Okay, so the first law of FLERF has held that
it wasn't that.
the sources
not
of
a
a
good
FLERF is
video.
never
There's
actually
other-
providing evidence for the claim of the FLERF.
Yeah, I tried.
Okay.
I tried, bro.
I mean, so good luck finding a source where you have a cruise ship that is clearly only visible from like say the top half up, and then you zoom in more, and then you can see the bottom of it.
What
I'd
I'll
love
do
to
is
see
I'm
that.
gonna follow you because I gotta take this, but I'm gonna follow you, and what I'll do is
Mhm.
I'll come up with some good stuff, and then when I see you again, I'll let you know, and I'll have some action. I'll be able to bring it on there so I can show you.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Thanks for being here, King Juds. The first law of FLERF is every FLERF source always says the opposite of what they think it says. Which is unfortunate, but it is the reality that we live in. If only they had media literacy. All right, we have $10 from Mechaneering. Thank you for the $10, bud. Our planetary paper, Suck at Flat Earth, is in its final stages. We have been using available data, but my independent study requires my own observations. Any tips for fundraising? I need to raise about $600. Independent tips for fundraising? Can you sell it to someone in industry, maybe? Can you sell the idea to someone in industry? That's all I can think of. From Boogie the Cat with the $2, Blitz's milkshake bring all the horrors to the yard. True. If you're watching on the horizontal, feel free to make sure that you go subscribe to the horizontal YouTube channel. It's at Dr. Blitz Debunks. If you subscribe there, it would really make my day. That channel is growing much more slowly than I kind of thought it would, considering how many people regularly watch. And if you're watching on the vertical stream, or if you're watching on TikTok, go subscribe to that anyway. That's where all of the YouTube videos go out, all of the debates. In case you miss one, in case you miss a live stream, you can go watch the good debates on that YouTube channel in Blitz form. Sorry, in video form, not Blitz form. You know when you read something and your mouth says it, but yeah, so make sure to go subscribe to that YouTube channel. From Mindforged Manacle with the $2, it came to me in a dream. That is what he said. Those were the words that he said. The words came out of his mouth, which was something. All right, let us bring up our next guest. Let's talk to Andrew. Andrew? All right, let's talk to Gavin. Gavin, how's it going?
Yo, good. I missed the name of the YouTube channel, and I was just wondering if you could say it again.
Yeah, it's Dr. Blitz Debunks. So it's Dr. Blitz
Dr.
Debunks. Yeah.
Awesome. And then my question is, how many chuds on app, like jobless chuds, do you have to talk to, like, per average live stream?
It's a want, not a have to, but yeah, it's a lot.
A lot. God. Okay. Well, good luck, man.
Thanks. By the way, I will not be bringing up KKK Lub because dude is a Nazi. He's not coming up. I don't talk to Nazis. Well, correction. I will talk to Nazis once, and then I'll find out that they're a Nazi, and then I won't talk to them again. I found out that KKK Lub was a Nazi years ago. So no, I will not be bringing him up. He will not be getting my platform. Dude reposted Hitler memes on Twitter. Definitely a Nazi. Anyway, Jake, how's it going, Jake?
Hey, how you doing? Good. How you doing?
I'm doing a-okay. Jake, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I don't know for sure. Just been researching.
Okay.
So I just had like two questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's say you have a plane, and you have like a technology where you set it to wherever, like you set it to flat where you're, like, let's say you're in the air, and you set it there, okay, and then from wherever the plane goes, whether up or down or whatever, you can see the change in that mechanism.
Are you talking about like a gyroscope, something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely prove whether it's flat or globe, right?
Yeah.
So do we have that? Why isn't this?
Yeah, we do. Planes regularly have to adjust their internal gyroscopes, their navigational gyroscopes, because the Earth curves.
No, but then no. If you have to adjust it, that means you didn't build it or create it correctly.
No. So the point is that gyroscopes always maintain their orientation when they're left on their own, right? If you don't do anything to them, they maintain their orientation. So if your gyroscope is oriented this way and your plane is this way, and then when you fly, your gyroscope would tilt back. It would appear to tilt back if the Earth was a globe. And because they need the gyroscope to always be pointing vertical to the vertical with respect to the ground, they have to adjust it so that it's vertical again. The fact that they have to adjust it as they fly level means that the Earth must be curving underneath them.
Well, my point is that's not the mechanism then that I'm talking about. I want one that you set it to level wherever you're at, and then depending on
that's what a gyroscope does.
No,
if they
it
didn't
has
adjust,
nothing
if they didn't
it has
adjust the
nothing to-
gyroscope,
no,
the
my point
gyroscope
has-
would maintain its orientation.
My point is, it has nothing to do with in relation to the Earth. My point is
The
wherever
the
plane
gyroscopes have nothing to do with the Earth. That's the point. But the gyroscopes are used for navigation, so they need to make sure that they are oriented with the Earth. So they have to constantly tilt them so that they maintain their orientation relative to the Earth. If they didn't do that, the gyroscope would just keep its orientation regardless of, you know, how you're turning, and that's what would happen. The gyroscope would actually tilt backwards as you went forwards.
I don't know. My point is, if you have proof of a real mechanism that as you're flying around the globe and you show that it's tilting, keeps on tilting and goes upside down, that would prove a globe Earth. But you're saying that you don't have a mechanism that does that.
No, gyroscopes do that. That's what gyroscopes do.
So do you have any video or any kind of proof of a professional gyroscope doing that?
I don't know what a professional gyroscope would be. I mean, like there's tons of video. Like in fact, interestingly enough, if you just take a gyroscope and you leave it on the ground, you can see it doesn't even have to be in an airplane. You can see its axis changing at 15 degrees per hour, which indicates that the Earth is rotating. And this has been done by flat earthers. Flat earthers bought a $20,000 laser gyroscope.
So I'm saying,
and
so
they saw it rotating at 15 degrees per hour.
Let me just be specific though. So you'll see it go totally upside down, the gyroscope.
Well, so it depends on your initial orientation, right? But like typically laser gyroscopes, you measure a drift velocity. You don't measure like the absolute angle. So you measure how quickly it's changing with respect to its original orientation.
So drastic, like 360, 180, however you say it, that you don't need to factor in all these little things.
So yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you kept a laser gyroscope running for 12 hours, then yeah, you would see that its orientation flips.
So is there any video footage or
Flat Earthers did this? There was a documentary about it on Netflix like 6 years ago or something like this. They spent $20,000 to get a laser gyroscope.
No, but
they ran the experiment. They ran the experiment, and they came out with the conclusion that, oh, that's weird.
No, I seen it. They measured something very tiny and minute. I'm saying
they measured 15 degrees per hour.
Yeah, okay, that's whatever it is.
That's the rotation rate.
But I'm saying, wouldn't we be able to, on a plane, see one go full 180?
Well, first you would need to have a plane that can fly the entire diameter of the Earth without stopping, right? And that's already hard to come by. Modern planes use, I think that they use solid state gyros now. Old planes, they used physical spinning gyroscopes, which are physical things that you could look at. And they used things called pendulous vanes to do the constant readjustment. So in principle, you could remove the pendulous vanes and they would just track the actual orientation. But modern planes don't use that kind of physical spinning thing. So
I mean, all I want is for one day somebody to do it and prove, because that would easily prove it.
I mean, like, so why do you need to see it go upside? Look, so do you have an explanation for why it would rotate, why a gyroscope would precess 15 degrees per hour? If not that the Earth is rotating?
The fact that you can't find a video or some proof of it going 180, which would be from one side of the Earth to the other.
Is that the standard of evidence that you use for everything?
It's weird.
It's really not weird. Consider what would be required. Consider what would be required, Jake. You would need a plane that can fly, what's the circumference of the Earth? 24,000 miles. So you need a plane that can fly 12,000 miles without stopping. You need someone
what year would you be able to get that plane?
What year would? So I don't know. Probably in the late 2000s. I think that the super commercial planes that we have that can fly that far. Right. But modern planes don't use mechanical gyroscopes anymore.
Okay, but it could be anybody somebody that's in the army, I don't know, whatever, they have this kind of plane.
Why would they do this?
Don't you see? Look, you're getting mad money off this topic. A lot of people are this is a big topic.
Why would the military do this?
To prove one way or the other, man.
The military doesn't care. Military doesn't care about flat earthers.
Everyone should care. This is very important.
Why? Like, we have plenty of evidence that the Earth is a sphere. The military has literal photographs.
Anyways, you're still saying that nobody's gonna do this experiment that proves.
Well, I mean, look. So you're asking. Look. You could do the experiment if you wanted to. It would probably just cost tens of thousands of dollars.
True.
maybe millions even, because you'd probably have to charter the plane yourself to get it to do what you want it to
I
do.
guess until I either gonna get the money or I'll wait for somebody else to do it. But it's just I just think it's crazy that no one can do it yet.
But that's
So
not the
all.
only way that we can demonstrate the shape of the Earth.
But that would be clear. That would it would be 100%
So would
clear
photographs,
for all
but
to see.
people call photographs
No,
fake.
Huh?
People call photographs fake. So like,
Well, when
what do you mean?
90% of the photographs on internet are CGI, I mean, you're not.
All you need is one real photograph, right? And we have like the 1972 Blue Marble is that, the photograph on a film camera taken by a Hasselblad camera.
Well, anyways, I think the point is that
You would
guys
call it
aren't
fake. Is what would happen.
You're not doing a clear experiment that would prove.
We have
globe Earth
so
for some
many
reason.
experiments that prove the shape of the Earth. You just think that you either don't understand them or you think that they're fake. It's always one of the two. Like, for example, there's a guy named, do you know Baron Rutledge? Do you know who Baron Rutledge is?
No, man.
Okay, Baron Rutledge is a surveyor. He's actually fairly local to me. He lives in the other big town in the state that I'm in. The other big city, I should say. So his expertise is in measuring land, right? Measuring angles, doing surveying. And so he has videos. In fact, he does this all the time. Where he just goes out, he takes his precision land surveying equipment, and then he just measures the drop of the horizon from the horizontal. He measures how much something far away is lower than the horizon, and it checks out to be like the exact amount that you would expect from the Earth being a globe. It's like a perfectly good proof.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm just.
He measures the curvature directly.
But even that experiment, it's like a smaller degree and like very minute details.
So
I'm saying, why can't you do something that's very obvious and 100%?
So look, if you want to see the curvature of the Earth, you have to be very high, generally, right? Because the Earth is big.
The gyroscope.
Because the gyroscope thing is expensive.
Will you agree? Will you agree that if someone does it, it would do like exactly that? It would flip upside down and prove the Earth globe, and it would be like, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, except nobody would think it's real. Like no flat earthers would think it's real. Because flat earthers don't understand how gyroscopes work, and flat earthers would just say anything that looks like evidence that their shower thought is fake. They would just say that it's fake.
Maybe
and
not.
You would too. I mean, that's what you
Okay.
did when I talked about the photographs.
Well, I'm just saying, the fact that there's not one video or nobody's doing it is very interesting. So that's all.
It's really not interesting. We know why we know why nobody's doing it, because it's expensive.
Other people might think it's interesting as well.
Look,
that's all.
If that would be the kind of thing that would convince you, then so would photographs. But the fact that photographs don't convince you makes me think that wouldn't convince you either. You would just call it fake.
I don't know, man. It is what it is.
I know you don't know. Take care, Jake.
I hope somebody.
And, for what it's worth, I actually don't know. There actually might be video of a gyroscope flipping in a plane. I just don't know. I haven't seen it. I imagine that somebody would have sent it to me if it did exist. But we can just go do a quick Google search. Time lapse. Let's see. Let's see, what's this? That's printing a gyroscope. Yeah, I imagine that nobody's done it. It'd be kind of a pain to do, because the thing about gyroscopes is that they need to keep spinning, and unless you have a very sophisticated mechanism to keep it spinning, like to keep it spinning without touching it, it's really, really hard to just like let a gyroscope go and then have it do that for 12 hours. Like, they will slow down eventually unless you have a mechanism to speed them back up. So like this would be a hard experiment to run. This is not to say that it's impossible, but it would be tricky. All right, let's read some super chats and then bring on our next guest. We have $2 from Helium Biscuits. Would you debate Enoch of TikTok? Baking needed. I have many times before. In fact, I've talked to him on Modern Day Debates. Enoch of TikTok, if I remember correctly, is Nathan Thompson. And Nathan Thompson, or let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I did. Here. Here's the link. Oh, that's not the right link. You guys should go watch a spanking. It's very funny. Here's the debate. It's from like a year ago or something like this. I was joined by Mark Reed, and we debated Nathan Thompson and Angels of Light, and it was spectacularly embarrassing for them, if I do say so myself. From Binary Ghost with the $5, I don't know why the flat earthers would trust a piece of equipment that is on airplanes in the first place. Aren't the pilots in on the cover-up? Exactly they are. They're in on it. And from Binary Ghosts again, to see the curve of the Earth, you have to be very high. Globehead admits you have to be on drugs to believe in the ball Earth. True! I've been baked. I've been baked. All right, let's talk to... oh, I think that our friend who had to go do some prayer is back.
Hello, I'm back again.
Ahmed, how's it going?
I'm good. Just try to search Buzz Aldrin.
Okay, so you're telling me that Buzz Aldrin testified? Where, in
Yeah,
what context did he
everything.
testify? Who? To whom? Was it before Congress? What did he?
No,
like, what's the
it was
claim here?
a video of himself.
Okay. And what did he say? So, what context was he in? Just so then I can find the video.
He denies everything regarding to the moon landing.
Who was he talking to?
Just search it. You will see it.
What should I search? If I just search Buzz Aldrin,
Buzz
there will be
Aldrin.
a billion videos, and
No, just
I won't
search
I won't
Buzz
know which
Aldrin.
one you're talking about. Okay, I've searched Buzz Aldrin. Fine. Okay, I've searched Buzz Aldrin. Here's what comes up. Is it one of these videos? Apollo astronaut Buzz Aldrin finally breaks silence. We weren't alone on the moon. Buzz Aldrin, Apollo astronaut breaks in
Okay,
tears.
can
The
you
moon
add
is
to the
not
title
what you
denies?
think. This
I
is
thought you
exactly
were
what I
searching-
meant. Why didn't you
I
just
thought
give
you
me
were
the
searching
details?
On TikTok. I
No,
thought
I'm
you
not
were
searching on TikTok.
Okay, then add to the title, denies his landing on the moon.
Okay, $10. It's gonna be the little girl interview. The interview with
No,
the
no,
little
it's
girl,
not.
right?
No, it's not. It's not.
Is it an interview with? Okay, so I guess I owe myself $10. Is it the interview with Conan O'Brien?
I don't know with who. I just
Is it
saw
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
No,
remember
it's
very
no.
clearly. I think anybody who
Wait, no, it's not this one.
I remember.
Okay.
It's on TikTok.
Do you? I should be able to find the video
Yeah,
if it
yeah, this one,
if
this
it's
one,
real.
this one. Yeah, yeah, this one.
This
third.
was what I think. Oh, the third one.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, this one. Alaikum salam.
All right,
What
let's
was the
listen.
scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen.
See?
It could have been scary. Took it right.
Oh, why did it cut out? Why did it cut out the rest of his answer?
I don't know.
Kind of weird.
But there's a continuing for his answer.
Well, so look, it sounds like what he was saying is that there was no scariest moment. It doesn't sound
Come
like he
again?
was saying he didn't say we didn't land on the moon.
Okay, can you find
the question
another
was
video?
about
of
the
this one?
scariest moment.
No, can you find another one?
Yeah, sure.
He
What
just
are we
said
looking
it
for?
didn't happen.
Yeah, the scariest moment didn't happen.
Okay, then
The
can you
question was
search
about
for-
the scariest moment, right?
Okay, can you find another one?
Yeah. Let me go find this from 2010.
How do you get over fear in your life?
You suppress it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You never
by
feared for your life?
thinking of what you need to do.
I wanna see if
be
there's a
alert
transcript here.
to handle
Trust me, if you
anything
search it
that's
on TikTok,
clouding
it
your
will be
mind.
very-
See, I grew up with FDR.
Right. The only thing to
We're
fear
listening
is
to
fear
Buzz
itself.
Aldrin.
Yeah, you got it.
Your father was a pilot. He
Mhm.
wanted you to be the first man to walk on the moon. Isn't that the truth?
My father really didn't understand the rocket business all that well.
Right.
I mean, he thought that you ought
Oh
to
shit!
be able
No,
to.
I can't do this. The video will get, or the live stream will get demonetized because I'm playing a YouTube video.
You can find it so easily on TikTok, bro.
Look, so if your claim is that some out of context video has him saying it didn't happen, then it's just
It's
not
not
very
out of
compelling.
context.
You
It's
said
him himself who said that was on the moon. He's denying him
you
being
said
on the
that he
moon.
testified that this happened. He didn't
Yeah.
testify that. This is not a testimony.
Search it on TikTok. Just search it, you will find it. Search it on TikTok, please.
Is there a particular video that you're looking for?
Once you search it on TikTok, you will find it. I'm afraid you will not find it on YouTube or Google because I'm afraid it's belonging to some, never mind, some conspiracy theory, and just forget it. Just try to find it on TikTok. You will find it. It's pretty obvious. Buzz
All right.
Aldrin.
Here. Here's a, can you hear that?
I do. No, I can't hear anything. I can't hear you too.
Oh, because
by
I
the way.
muted my own mic.
Yeah.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
It wasn't this video.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
This is the first thing that popped up.
Tell him to get out of here.
Okay, just can I send you a link on
Stop
DM?
talking.
Come on in here, we'll call him.
It's not the video, bro.
I know. We're watching something else.
Okay.
I don't have nothing to do. You're not solicited on this property. We just paid to rent out the penthouse to shoot up there. So, keep. All right. Well, then
Wait for it.
You got to keep shooting, man. Okay. Well, on your shoulder. Don't be shy. The one who said you walked on the moon when you did. Calling the kettle. Never thought of saying I misrepresented myself. Away from me. You're a coward, liar, and
Y'all see that? Bro just punched a
It's
dude in
not
the face for saying that he didn't walk on the moon.
But it's not the video that I'm talking about.
I don't care that it's not the video. Why would a guy punch somebody else in the face
Are
and
you
risk?
but are you
Please,
looking,
I'm in the middle of talking.
it's
Why
not
would a
the
guy?
topic.
I don't
Are
care.
you looking for the truth or not?
I'm gonna mute you. Why would a guy?
That's not the topic.
Why would a guy punch someone in the face for accusing them of not walking on the moon if they, in another interview, just said, yeah, we didn't walk on the moon? Why would they punch someone in the face and risk battery charges for that? What's the goal? Why would he do that if he was happy to admit that they didn't walk on the moon?
Again, as I told you, I don't know why he punched him, but the same guy himself, the second guy who walked on the moon, denies that he walked on the moon.
You'll have to find the video.
Okay, can you give me just 2 minutes and I will send you the video?
Interview with this? Is it this interview with this child?
No.
Okay. Then why not come?
I will send you on DM, okay?
Okay, send it to me on DMs.
Bye bye.
Wait a minute, is it this? Is it this one? Is it, wait, hold on, is it this video? Oh, he left. It's probably this one.
It's right, but notice the helmet. Can you see my face? No, this is a secret I've been keeping for almost half a century.
That is Saturday Night Live. There's studio audience. Anyway, he ran away. Let's read some super chats and we'll bring on our next guest. He said he would be back in 2 minutes. Okay, we'll bring him up in a minute then. I get, maybe he said that he would DM me? Let's see if he DM'd me. Requests. He has not DM'd me. We'll give it a minute, but let's read some super chats and we'll see if he sends me the DM. From Orion Cooper with the $2 for fun. Look up Nathan Thompson ducksuit too. I've seen that. It's very funny. I didn't boot him. I was busy doing something on my phone. How could I have booted him? From Julius Anderson with the $2. Blitz, just invent the frictionless gyroscope. I know I should. Absolutely, I know I should. From Binary Ghost with the $5, Buzz Aldrin once tweeted a picture of a mountain in Antarctica and said it's pure evil and then deleted the tweet. WTF was that about, Buzz? True. True. From a Dwayne Warren with the $20, grant objective morality. Could it be real because only minds organized around trust, cooperation, and even self-sacrifice can sustain a stable shared reality, and evolution merely selects minds that align to those constraints? Could be. If objective morality exists, then maybe that's the case. Carissa Whelan sent 20 Dr. Blitz Debunks gift memberships. Guys, 20 Dr. Blitz Debunks gift memberships means that 20 more people are now in the Illuminati. Hashtag illuminated by the lava lamp. And what that means is that 20 people now have access to the debate notes that have all of the references that I use for these debates and other debates as well, religion debates, young earth creationism debates, etc. You also now get access to the emojis if you are watching, if you received a free gift membership. So consider becoming a member. It's like $4 or $5 a month, and it helps support my live stream. We have Third Floor Prod with the $5. Has a flat earther ever explained how from underneath during sunset, check and mate? Well, I don't know what that question means, but flat earthers can rarely explain sunsets, no. Jack Federer says, every physicist, astronomer, commercial and military pilot, satellite engineer, accredited textbook, picture, video show, globe Earth. One out of context comment, mic drop, hashtag flat. Yeah, that's true. That's how the reasoning works here. From Third Floor Prod again with the $2, how clouds are lit up, I mean. Oh no, they don't have an explanation for that. Some of them say that the sun goes below the clouds though. From Dr. Fudge with the $5. In the interview, he said to play the next sentences after him saying it didn't happen are him describing himself picking up moon rocks. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. They're just like making stuff up and then not playing the remaining sentences, right? Anyway. Let's see. Oh, he sent me a link on TikTok. Let's watch it really quick. Oh, and we have $10 from Grimlock for FLERFS definitely don't read the flight manuals. They never do. Oh, it was that one. One sec. Let's bring them up. Because this is really funny. Welcome back. So here's you.
Yeah.
This is you sending me this video.
Yeah.
Let's play the video now, shall we?
Yeah, first before you explain it.
Hold on, we're
the
playing
one
it.
you said before I leave, you were playing this one. You said it was a night show. I know it's a night show. But I know it's a night show.
So then how is that proof? It's comedy.
No, my question is why it's a video of 3 different clips. He never says.
Okay. So actually, we can identify all of these. We can identify all of these.
Why he always denies it? Why he always denies it?
I'm going to stop talking. We'll play the video and I will explain everything. Okay. Okay. So here's the one that's from Saturday Night Live as a night show. This is obviously a joke, right? This is the same one that's from the joke. Here's the one we just watched. This is the one that we just watched. What was the scariest moment?
We've seen them all.
That's the one where he literally talks about picking up moon rocks directly after the clip is finished. But they're gonna cut it.
Yeah, I know. But my question is why he denies it over and over.
He's not denying it. You're just picking out of context comments. And then
but he never says yet.
This is the interview with the little girl where she asks why we haven't. Stop interrupting me. I'm explaining these things. Okay. This is the interview with the little girl, which I was going to show you, but you said it's not that, but apparently it is that. That's the interview where she asks, why haven't we been back to the moon? And he says, well, we haven't. We haven't been back to the moon. And he wants to know the answer to that question just as much as she does. He doesn't say that we didn't go to the moon. He says, well, we haven't.
Again, I understand everything he said. I understand all his answers.
Nowhere does he ever, except actually in the very first clip where he's obviously on SNL, nowhere does he ever say we didn't go to the moon. He never says that. You're pulling out of context clips.
We've been to the moon.
Oh yes, he does. He does all the time. He talks about his experiences on the moon all the time.
Can you show me one? And then that's it.
In fact, I might even have one saved in my. Okay, I don't have it saved in my notes, so I'll have to go find one.
That's my point. That's it. That's my whole point.
I don't have one saved in my notes. I can go find one for you. I've watched one before. Here, we'll just go pull up a 2-minute. This is an interview from 1973. It's just a short extract, but we can just, I can't play the video, but I can play the audio for you.
I really want to be on the first one. And I came to the conclusion that I really didn't, because I could anticipate a little bit at that time all the commitments and responsibilities that would go along with being on that first flight.
I'm going to speed it up because it's slow.
I felt, gee, if I want to do it.
When Apollo was.
Why are you interrupting when you asked for evidence that I'm showing you?
Because I barely hear it, and second, I can hear it by my own. I just want to know when
okay,
was
so you
Apollo.
agree? So the Apollo missions were between 1969 and 1972.
So this interview was
but
after
to be clear,
like a couple of years.
That interview
You don't have a new one.
That interview was for. There are plenty of new ones. There's an interview that he does
How do you
with.
get over fear
There's
in
an
your
interview that he does with Howard Stern where he talks about the moon landing.
Can you send me a link of the latest one, and I want to watch it, please?
Just Google it yourself, right?
Okay, I will.
Just go to YouTube, type in Buzz Aldrin remembers the moon landing.
Okay, bye. I'm just.
All right, I think we are done with him though for now. We're finally done with him. Okay. Let's bring on. Oh, we have one more super chat to read, and then we'll bring on our next guest. He was being dishonest. This guy was being super dishonest. From call sign Sam, hey buddy. Honestly, if he just started saying, I don't care, sure, we didn't do it, I wouldn't care. Like when people say all service members are war criminals, you won't believe me no matter what I say, so sure, I did all the war crimes, you bet. Yeah, there you go. Like the point is you won't believe him when he says we went to the moon. Why would you believe him when he says we didn't? It's kind of weird. All right, let's talk to Dylan. Dylan, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all A-okay. Dylan, what shape do you think the Earth is?
All right, listen. I know it's weird, but I think it could be a triangle. Cause listen.
All right, let's talk to the Belle Isle Rats. Belle Isle, how's it going? You there? Okay. Let's talk to T-Ron Allen. T-Ron, how's it going?
What's good?
I'm doing all right. T-Ron, what shape do you think the Earth is?
Flat.
Okay, why?
I believe that water cannot bend. And then
have you ever seen a raindrop
before?
I
observed. You said what?
Have you ever seen a raindrop before?
Yes.
Okay. What shape are those?
Of course, it's got a circular look as a raindrop. But
so, would you say that it's bent?
If water is not in motion, it seeks level.
Raindrops aren't necessarily, or we can talk about water droplets if you want. So, have you ever seen a water droplet sitting on a table?
Yeah.
Okay, what shape is it?
It's not encompassing anything. But if you was to put that same raindrop in a bowl, it would seek level at the top.
I got something for you. What's this?
Okay, but that's really a small scale.
Okay, but then it's just not true that water never bends.
That's a really small scale.
Yeah,
if you
but
look at
wait, hold on. Just to be clear, is it water?
Yes, water.
Okay, and is it bending?
At any larger scale than that,
I'm sorry, can you answer the question? Is it bending?
Okay, if I show you water not bending,
wait, hold on. I need an answer to the question. Is it bending in this picture?
No, it has a shape. It has a shape in the picture.
Okay, so it's bending, right?
You can say that.
Okay, so would you say that it's bending?
Of course.
Okay, so we have water and it's bending.
At that small of a scale,
of
course it will do
But you said water never bends.
Do you think
so
it would bend like that
agree
over
now,
that large of a mass?
Do you agree now that water indeed does bend sometimes?
At a small scale. At that small of a scale,
why
yes,
does it happen at a small scale and not a big scale? What's the mechanism that separates the scales there?
It is that water is not encompassing anything. It's not encompassing any bowl. It's not encompassing
that seems like a weird criteria. What does the water
mean?
encompassing anything
It
have
is
to do
not-
with the shape of the water?
I'm saying that is not a large scale of water. Any
So now
large body of water.
So now your claim is water doesn't bend if there's a lot of it.
At a large body of water, it does not bend.
Okay, now how do you check that?
You preserve any type of pool.
So
you
like if
preserve any
I
type
looked
of-
at if I went to go look at like a guy making
could-
measurements of a lake.
You could observe any large body of water.
Yes, right,
in
great. So like
in your
we could
day-to-day
go
life.
we could go make a measurement of like on some lakes, on some local lakes, and we wouldn't see that like something in the lake on the other end of the lake is lower down than something in the lake on the close end of the lake. They would be like the same height because the water doesn't bend.
But that's due to different things
What's it
that's
due to?
happening with the weather. If you get what I'm saying.
Well, look, if something is, say, 5 feet above the surface of the water on one end of the lake, and something is 5 feet above the surface of the water on the other end of the lake, unless the water bends, if you draw a horizontal line connecting them, they should be aligned with each other, right?
Yes.
But that doesn't happen. You can go do that experiment. You just need an
happen.
auto level. Want me to show you a video of that not happening?
So you don't believe that water seeks level at its surface?
I don't even think you know what that means.
Water seeks level at its
equilibrium.
surface.
Water seeks equilibrium.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Yes, water
Equilibrium
seeks
and level are not the same thing. Unless by level
It's
you just mean
leveled at its
equilibrium.
surface.
Unless by level you just mean equilibrium. So here's a video of an acquaintance of mine. Oops, that's loud. An acquaintance of mine. So what he's doing is he's at a lake called Lake Pleasant. It's a fairly local lake to me. He's measuring it across a mile. So the first thing that he's doing is he's measuring the height of a target. He's going to show us how. Let me make this bigger. He's going to show us how high that target is in the water. I think it's exactly. We can make it a little bit bigger. Come on, Baron. Oh, we'll make it higher resolution. There we go. It's 61 inches is what it looks like to me. You could zoom in, but it's 61 inches. That's how high the middle of that target is. Now, what he's going to do, and I'm just going to skip forward. What he's going to do is he has, so that's in the water, by the way. He's measuring it from, like it's planted in the water. It's 61 inches above the water. And then he's going to go to the other side of the lake where he has a measuring device. This is called an auto level. And it's also, he's going to show us that it's also 61 inches. So they're both 61 inches above the water.
Do you think this is evidence that is curving over the large mass of a fucking spear?
Yeah. So this is 61 inches. They're both 61 inches above the water. And yet, when he goes and he looks through... Did I dox myself? When he goes and he looks through... We'll get a zoom in a sec. There it is. When he goes and he looks through, you'll see that the target here is lower than the crosshair here, which means that the target somehow, even though it's at the same height, the target is somehow lower than horizontal.
But there could be anything external affecting that. You don't know.
That could be anything external affecting it? Do you know? What else could it be? What else could it be?
It could
What
be
else could it be?
anything. It could be anything in the weather.
Give me an example. Oh, because this is not weather. This is,
what do you mean?
Wait, there's no tides happening here. This is happening at a single time. This is a small lake. There are no tides. No tides on a small lake.
Okay, but it would have to keep going down. It wouldn't be able to go
It does.
up.
This is only like over a quarter of a mile. So actually, I think this is 1 mile. So this is only over 1 mile. So you're only going to get so much curvature.
Over a further distance, that could go back up.
Why would it? Why do you think that it would?
What do you mean?
I mean, like it clearly went down over a mile.
You don't believe that water level can go back up?
Wait a minute. So hold on. Now it sounds like you're telling me that the water can go down and back up. It sounds like it's not level.
Yes, but I'm saying when you sit water in a large body, it seeks level at the top. It can move, the water can move, but when it's still, it's going to be level at the top.
Yeah, so fortunately, that's why it's not floating on the water. It is 61 inches above the surface of the water, right? It's not floating. It's not moving up and down. It's 61 inches above the water surface in both locations.
The water is definitely moving.
No, but the reference point, the thing is not floating, right? It's standing on a tripod.
But I'm telling you, when it comes to that, the reference point can move back up as well. So how
What reference point? The reference point is fixed. He put a nail in the ground at water level.
Excuse me, not reference point. My apologies. My apologies. I'm saying where the water level is. He's showing that the water level is going down, right?
Look, so all he's using the water for is as a reference point for the target and for the telescope. That's all he's doing. He's not measuring the water. He's measuring the target. The target is sitting on the ground. It's sitting on the ground in the water, but it's like touching the bottom of the water, like the ground part, the thing that the water is sitting on top of.
Yeah.
Right? And the only thing that he used the water for is to measure the distance from the top of the water to the target and the top of the water to the telescope. That's all he did. The target's not moving, right? The target is 61 inches above the surface of the water at a fixed moment in time. Now, maybe at a later time there's some wind and it makes it move, but at the moment in time when the measurements were taken, both the target and the telescope were 61 inches above the surface of the water.
So explain to me what is his point of this?
His point is that somehow, even though something is 61 inches above the surface of the water, and they're both 61 inches above the surface of the water, somehow they're not aligned with each other. One of them is a little bit lower from the perspective of the other. The target is lower even though it's at the same height, which means that it's curved.
Right.
Rather than being like this, it's like this.
Do you believe that it can be lower and then become higher as well?
The water's not, we're not measuring where the water is.
The water does not just...
We're not measuring where the water is.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not. We're measuring where the target is. The target's not moving.
Right, but it's showing that the water is going lower.
So are you telling me that for some reason that we don't understand, the water is just lower on one side of the lake than on the other side of the lake at every moment of the day?
It can be external. It could be affecting external.
Okay, so what's causing the water on one shore of Lake Pleasant to be lower? Hold on. If it's true that the water is not level, then it doesn't seem like water always finds its level, does it?
Okay, but I can show you a mile long pool. And it will be still at the top, and it definitely would not.
Can you?
Lower.
Can you show it to me?
I definitely. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, let's see the same experiment run in a mile-long pool. Also, I doubt that there are any mile-long pools.
Yeah.
Yeah, the largest pool is 3,323 feet long.
But that's long enough to realize.
Well, so there are no mile-long pools. But the point is, and this isn't even, is it a pool?
A mile-long body of water. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I just showed you a mile-long body of water.
Yeah, but you don't know what's going on outside of the, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not like it's a windy day.
We don't know what's going on around it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's a windy day. He shows us like what the weather's like. The sky is clear. What else? What could it be doing? What could be causing this strange feature of water to not be level?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. The lake was depressed that day. By the way, in order to see this effect as just being like the water is just lower, it would have to be like 6 inches or more lower on one side than on the other. So we would have to see like the water level fluctuating by like 6 inches, which we don't see. Like the water's pretty calm.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn this camera on.
Or what about tides? Tides are an example of water not being level.
Yeah,
How do tides work?
but that's what I'm saying. It's external forces that's doing tides justice. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, what's the
But
force
when
that's
it's-
causing the tides?
When there is
What are the
nothing
forces
going
that's
on,
causing the tides?
water definitely sees level.
Sorry, what's the force that's causing the tides?
That's unexplainable. We think the
It's
moon is
unexplainable?
causing tides.
The moon, yeah, right. The moon causes the tides. How is the moon affecting the tides? The moon's way up there. The water's down here.
I couldn't tell you that. I'm not making.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not
I
making
can.
a
It's
claim on
called.
it.
I could. It's called gravity. Gravity causes the tides. The moon's
But
gravity
can
in
you
particular.
But can you give me evidence for gravity though?
Yeah, I can give you tons. You just triggered
Okay,
my
go
trap
ahead,
card.
Go ahead, give me evidence for the bending and warping of space-time. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, actually, you want the bending and warping of space-time? Okay, I can show you the gravity probe B experiment.
It's nine different forms of gravity.
Oh, okay, what are
as
the
of
9? Can
now.
you list them? Can you list them?
I'm saying there's 9 different.
Okay, list them. List all 9.
I don't have it. I don't have
There's
it
not.
in my
There's
head.
not
but
because
I'm
you're
telling
lying and you don't know what you're talking about.
How?
Because there's not 9. Here, let me pull up the gravity probe B final experiments, final results of a space experiment to test general relativity. Here you go. Here's the paper, the relevant paper anyway. Gravity probe B. Gravity probe B launched in 20 April 2004 is a space experiment testing 2 fundamental predictions of Einstein's theory of general relativity, the geodetic and frame dragging effects by means of cryogenic gyroscopes in Earth orbit. Data collection started on August 28, 2004 and ended August 14, 2005. Analysis of the data from all 4 gyroscopes resulted in a geodetic drift rate of minus 6,601.8 milliarcseconds per year and a frame dragging drift rate of minus 37.2 milliarcseconds per year to be compared with the GR predictions of 6,606.1 milliarcseconds per year and minus it's coming from an experiment that was run 20 years ago.
What experiment?
And minus, it's called the gravity probe B, and minus 39.2 milliarcseconds per year respectively. I can explain it in a minute, just stop interrupting. So what they found, I will explain. I will absolutely explain. I'm just telling you what
give me all of these numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so in the experiment, they sent into Earth's orbit. These are polar orbits. Actually, there's a diagram that might help. Well, diagram won't help. So they sent into polar orbit some satellites, basically, that have very, very stable gyroscopes in them. And one of the predictions of general relativity is that as a result of being in an orbit around a large mass which curves space-time, that gyroscope's direction that it's pointing in will drift in a very specific way. It'll drift, and if the thing that you're orbiting is also rotating, it'll drift this way, and it'll also drift this way by a different amount.
Was canceled out by Newton's.
No, you're confused. General relativity is the thing that Einstein came up with in 2015 or in 1915.
Right, but
it's the thing that he published in 1915
I thought
anyway.
they canceled out general relativity for Newton's gravity.
No, you're wrong. Newton came 220 years before Einstein did. But anyway, they might even have a diagram here. Yeah, so this is it's a diagram. It's not super informative, but they have the satellite orbiting this way. They have a gyroscope that was pointing out, and then over the course of a year, they measured the drift of the gyroscope during the orbit. And it's like a extremely precise gyroscope. Like you can go read about the actual construction process. It's super, super precise. And what they found is that the amount of gyroscopic drift is almost perfectly in line with general relativity within error bars. So yeah, it just is. This is evidence that general relativity is true.
So can you explain to me? So can you explain to me why they are named the theories of gravity then, instead of being known as facts?
Because theories are not
why are they
a lower
still
version
theories
of
if they're
because theories are not a lower version of facts. Theories are explanations. Theories and facts are in different categories.
Right. So, but why isn't gravity turned into a fact?
It is a fact. It is a fact.
How is a theory a fact?
A theory is an explanation. A fact is an observation. Gravity is observed, and the explanation accounts for it. Accounts for that observation. But look, you asked for evidence that general relativity is true, that the bending and warping of space-time is true. I gave it to you. What say you now?
I'm still on the body. I'm still on the body of water, still being level. That's
okay. So we're pivoting away now. You said that gravity is not real, I'm sorry. You said that gravity is not real when I said that gravity is the cause of the tides, and then you said, "Oh, well, what's the evidence for the bending and warping of space-time?" And I showed it to you. And now you're just dismissing it like that never happened because it completely demolishes your worldview? Is this what happens when you get like deleted from the education system, or what's going on here?
If we being for real, I really didn't really come up here with all of the evidence that I really should have, but I really came up here to tell you to yeah, of course that's what it looks like. I really see how I came up here looking, you know what I'm saying, maybe illogical, you know, because I don't really have all of the evidence that I've been seeing, but I've seen, you know what I'm saying, I've heard your claims and I've seen evidence for your claims, but I haven't, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't have them on the spot how you have them on the spot, you know what I'm saying.
Well, I actually didn't have this on the spot. I pulled it up because I knew it existed.
Yeah, but you deal with this all the time, so you know what I'm saying.
Gravity Probe B is a really famous experiment, it turns out.
You're used to getting straight to where you need to go.
Okay. So then why did you come up unprepared?
And I really was trying to get you to get Caleb up here.
Oh, I don't talk to Nazis.
Nazis?
Yeah. He's a Nazi. You know that, right?
He's a Nazi?
Yeah. Or a neo-Nazi, I should say, because he didn't live in the 40s. Yeah, when bro was saying that Hitler did nothing wrong, sorry, he's a Nazi. All right, let's talk to the next guest. Let's talk to Sir. Oh, let's read some super chats first. Actually, let's check some. Let's make sure that I didn't miss any cash apps. Okay, it looks like I haven't missed any cash apps. This is good. Just double checking. Okay. We do have a guest from the... No, okay, we're good. Let's bring up Sir... Oh no, let's read some super chats. Right, I almost forgot. From Binary Ghost with the $10, I heard a theory that we didn't go back to the moon because the colony of Nazis that were already there banned us because the guy playing golf on the moon that one time, they were offended by golf. That makes sense. I mean, like, the Scottish were part of the Allies, and so they might not like golf. That's true. From Sean Hawkins with the $5, flat earthers will go down in history as the most ignorant people to have ever walked the earth in the history of mankind. That's likely true. From 3 Grebo with the $5, presenting a compilation of out-of-context clips as evidence is like saying, look what so-and-so said on the news, and presenting a ransom note. That's a fair point. That's a good analogy. From Debizzle with the $5, this is in German and I can't read it, but I appreciate you. From Binary Ghost with the $5, I don't believe in water bending, says increasingly nervous firebender. Look, it turns out flat earthers are just part of the Fire Nation. From Literally Lou with the $5 Australian. Thank you for missing me. I wasn't gone for that long though. From Rodent with the $2, Firmament, the breath freshener for idiots. It'd be a good, it's a good name. Someone should trademark that. From The Grebo again with the $5, most of these conversations can be boiled down to their misunderstanding of the word theory, thinking it means hypothesis. Yep. Oh, was that was that Swedish? Yeah, no, that was definitely Swedish, not German, you're right. From Jimmy with the $2 Australian, no one knows what you're saying. Well, yeah, I mean, like, that's true, but then people shouldn't, like, claim that it's fake if they don't know what they're talking about, right? From Dan O'Connell with the 7 Canuck bucks. Hey, Blitz, here's some money. Cheers. Well, thank you for the money. I appreciate you. From Zed Bout. Sorry, from L'Oreal Ashley with the $10. Just wanted to say welcome back. So glad to hear your lives again. Yep, I was just out of town. I will be out of town again in March at some point. But maybe I'll have a more sophisticated setup where I can stream on the go. And from Zed Bout with the $10. This entire show is brought to you by the law offices of Dunning and Kruger. Yeah, right? Dunning-Kruger. The Dunning-Kruger effect is so strong. From Eric S with the $5. Water always finds level unless literally anything happens, I guess. From Debizzle with the $2. It's Swedish and it's the Dota song you were humming. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That checks out. People in the Discord are like, Blitz, that's Swedish. Like, I don't know. Don't at me, y'all. Okay, let's talk to Sir Cook Juan. Cook, how's it going?
What's going on?
What shape do you think the Earth is?
I believe it's flat.
And why so?
Because it appears flat.
Well, yeah, but lots of things appear one way, and then they're not the other way, and then they're not that way, right?
Huh?
Lots of things appear one way, but it's not that way.
So it appears flat to me, right? And I see that it's flat, right? And to you, it appears to you that it's a circle, right?
Well, a sphere, yeah.
A sphere, right? So apparently my eyes playing tricks on me like your eyes playing tricks on you.
Look, so
I
the
can
reason
say the same thing.
you could, and that's why I don't rely on what my eyes say. I rely on what the scientific evidence shows.
That's what they say?
No, what the scientific evidence shows.
Okay, the scientific evidence shows that airplanes fly straight.
What angle do you think airplanes fly at? Do you think they fly at 0 degrees with respect to the virtual horizon? Artificial horizon, rather?
So we both agree that airplanes fly straight.
No, I don't. I don't agree with that.
Oh, you don't agree with that?
No, they fly tilted up they fly tilted up between 2 and 3 degrees.
The direction straight. Let's be.
You mean they're like the trajectory that they take? Well, no, I would say that they don't either. They fly around the curvature of the Earth.
They fly around
the curvature of the Earth, yeah.
The curvature.
Yep.
So the sky has its curve.
The sky is just the stuff above the ground.
Wait a minute. Is the sky curved?
The sky is not a thing.
So you said.
I don't know what the question means.
Wait a minute. The sky. You said it flies around.
Flies around the curvature of the Earth, not the sky.
How is it? How does the plane fly around the curvature of the Earth and it's in the sky? And you just said the sky.
So, are you having trouble visualizing this? Like,
No,
imagine that.
Wait a minute.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. Look, imagine that imagine that you have a basketball, and then the plane just goes around it in a circle. That's what I mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so how come a plane never flew around Antarctica and came up under the so-called globe and came back up north? How come that never happened?
It has happened. It has happened. Yeah, I think the most recent one was 2019. One sec. Let me pull it up for you. Let me pull it up for you. Look, if you're going to say it never happened, and then I said it has happened, then shut up and let me find the thing, okay?
No, don't be rude. Don't be rude. We can both go back and forth with it, but it never happened, ever.
It has, and I'll pull it up. Just give me a sec.
Okay.
One sec.
Throw another one? Can I throw another one while we wait?
No, you cannot. Not until we've finished this, right?
Yeah, because you
polar circumnavigation. Here we go. So here's the link I wanted. So there's several. There's the most recent one was in 2019.
No, I didn't say polar circumnavigation. I said fly under the
This
Earth
is with a plane. Yeah. This is circumnavigation with an airplane.
Earth, like you supposedly said.
Yeah. It's circumnavigation with an airplane. It's flying around the poles. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, look. Yeah.
When?
2019. It's called the One More Orbit. One More Orbit flight path.
Really?
There's a website you can go to. It's called onemoreorbit.com.
Oh Lord, it's a website I can go to that say monkeys can talk. So how about
you wanted you wanted information about it. I told you what the information was.
You win that round because I haven't seen anything.
It just seems like you haven't looked then.
Okay, I can't look. Are we talking? So check this out.
No, it just sounds like you've never looked into this. Why were you so confident that it's never happened if you didn't look into it? You keep saying it never happened, but then you just said I win that round. So which one is it? Which one is it? Did I win that round, or did you lose that round?
It goes back and forth. Goes back. It's just unnecessary. So let's move on. All right.
Let's move on. Yep. That's what we're gonna do.
How fast does your spinning Earth go?
1 rotation per day.
Okay. How fast technically? How many mph does it go?
Rotations aren't measured in miles per hour.
how fast does they claim that the Earth spins?
One rotation per day.
Every 24 hours. How fast?
It spins one rotation every 24 hours.
Dude, come on, man.
That's the answer that you're looking for, right?
It says roughly. Well, since you don't want to say it, it says roughly what 1,000 miles an hour or so.
Oh,
right?
Who says that?
Your science.
Because
right,
rotational
roughly,
speed is not miles per hour, right?
But roughly, they say it spins 1,000 miles an hour, right?
No,
Right?
that's not a rotational speed.
Right?
No,
So
no, it's not a rotational
Earth's not
speed.
so how fast does it spin on its axis then?
One rotation per day.
And if you calculated that to
Yeah,
miles per
it's like
hour
zero.
or kilometers, how
You
fast-
can't convert that to miles per hour.
Oh, so why do they say that the Earth is spinning?
Because you have a poor understanding of the difference between
No,
angular
I'm not.
motion and
Don't-
translational
y'all
motion.
listen to me. No,
That's why.
How fast does the Earth spin?
One rotation per day, or that's the equivalent of
Somebody
0.0007 revolutions
said
per minute.
10,040. They said 1,040 miles an hour in the chat. Okay, that's cool.
No, it's 0.0007 revolutions per minute.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you believe in ISS, right?
Yeah, we can
Right?
pivot again.
Okay, so check
Yeah, the
this out.
ISS. I've actually seen it with my own eyes.
Okay, so how fast did they say the ISS going?
The ISS
17,000 miles
moves
an
at like
hour?
17,000 miles an hour. Yeah.
So how the fuck does the ISS move faster than the Earth?
It doesn't.
I can't tell if it's going 17,000 miles and the Earth only traveled 1,000. So
What?
say, right?
I'm very confused,
Your-
and I think
your
I'm confused
science-
because you're confused.
Your
Look, the
science
Earth
says
is
that
the Earth
spins at 1,000 miles
relative
an
to
hour
the
a
Earth
day,
itself.
but the
Relative to the Earth
ISS
itself,
and it's
the
locked
Earth
into
isn't
the
moving at
orbit of
all.
How does
The
ISS
ISS
go
goes
faster than
around the Earth quite
and
quickly.
It's locked in.
You
How
seem
does that happen?
confused.
So how you confused? How does it go 17,000?
I
miles
hadn't
an hour?
considered, not
When
me,
the
you.
Earth only circles, what you like one rotation a day, right?
Yeah, the
Or
Earth
1,000 miles
rotates
an
once
hour,
per
right?
day. That's
Or
what a
1,000
day
or
is.
1,000 miles an
Yeah.
hour, right? Or 1,000 miles an hour.
No, it's not
No,
the same
you just
thing.
don't want to say it. You just don't want to say it. You just don't want to say it. That's cool.
No, I mean
But
it's
how does the
it's just
ISS
not a
travel
useful. It's
faster?
just not
How
not like
does
a
the
informative
ISS
piece of
travel
information
faster?
because the
I'm
Earth
sorry. How
Earth
does the ISS travel
isn't
faster than the Earth?
spinning at a miles
But
per
it's
hour.
locked
Miles
in.
per
It's
hour
locked in.
is not.
So
Miles per
fast-
hour is not a rotation rate.
So how fast are satellites traveling?
It depends on the
And
satellite.
they
Depends on
locked
its
in
orbit.
too. They locked in too, right? They
I have
locked
no idea
into
what you're
orbit
saying.
too,
Are
right?
you just
Right?
did you just come up here to ramble, or did you actually want to have a
No, I'm
conversation?
asking
Because
you
it
a
seems like
question.
I try to answer your question,
I
and
thought
then you
flat
just
Earth was
change the
dead.
topic.
Wait a minute. I apologize. I thought
Okay,
flat
if
Earth
you
was dead.
so to be clear, if you're going to apologize, apologies come with both the
No.
admission that you were wrong
No,
and
I'm
also the promise that you
apologizing
won't
for-
do it
I'm
again.
apologizing for
Right? That's what an
overtalking.
apology is.
I apologize for over talking you. But I
Okay,
just
yeah.
wanted
So
that
so to be clear,
just wanted
Cook.
an answer.
To be clear, I just want to be super clear here. When you apologize for something, that comes with two parts.
Come on now.
One,
Now you divert.
an
Now you
acknowledgement,
diverting.
an
Now you
acknowledgement
diverting.
that you were
Now you
wrong,
diverting.
and
Okay,
two,
so how
a promise that it won't happen again. So are you
Man,
acknowledging that you were wrong for
so you-
interrupting me, and are you promising that you won't do it again?
So please explain to me who. So
We're not moving on until you can genuinely apologize for interrupting,
Man, you
or
ruined it.
you know, we
won
can
this
just
round. I won this
go
round.
on.
I won this round. So thank you.
I don't think that you won anything. I think
I
that you
won this
failed to properly apologize for
No, no,
interrupting.
no. Whatever, man. You still can't tell me that.
Whatever, man. Bro never
still
learned how to apologize in kindergarten. That
You
feels
still
bad.
can't- Okay, so how about this? How about this? How can they predict the weather?
It's really complicated, but they can use weather satellites to get informational data about velocities and about positions of cloud formations and pressure structures, and then they can plug them into weather models and make predictions.
You know, all right, because the weather occurred one place, right, and then we can say, well, hey, y'all, going say north, east or west. If the weather pattern is traveling that way or in that direction, we could be like, hey, you guys in the north, beware, it's a storm cloud coming y'all way, right? So that's how they pretty much
No, that's
predict the weather.
that's
right?
not. Maybe that's how they did it 100 years ago, but we have a little bit more sophisticated methods now.
So you agree with that? More say just half and half, then, right?
That's how we did it 100 years ago. We don't do that. That's not how it's
So
done anymore.
100 years ago, they was doing flat Earth mathematics to predict
No.
weather and things.
No,
So how
they didn't use flat Earth mathematics to predict
You
weather.
just
No.
said, dude, you tripping, man. You're tripping. See, the same. I used to believe that the Earth was round too.
Yeah, not for the same reason that I did. That I do.
You defending it to the point where it's like it's obscene. The guy that was before me, you clobbered him a little bit because he even admit he wasn't prepared. All right, how about this?
Yes, and you are definitely prepared. Definitely, 100%.
I'm not prepared. I'm older than you. We grant that. How does waterfalls work on a ball?
The water is at the top of the cliff, and that falls down.
You know, the flat Earth is not like a flat table. It's topographical. It got hills, valleys, and mountains.
I don't care about the flat Earth. You asked how it works on a ball, and I just explained it to you.
Flat Earth is dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
it's like the idea is like you didn't ask me what the flat Earth explanation was. You asked me what the globe explanation was, and I gave you what the globe explanation is.
That's the globe's explanation.
That's what you asked for.
As far as I'm concerned, your eyes.
So Cook, I got a question for you.
Your eyes deceive you like my eyes deceive me, right?
Cook, I got a question. Can you predict the future?
Probably not.
Well, then why is your name telling everybody that you got cooked here? How did you know that you would in advance?
That was a good one. You ready to move on to the next victim you think you have?
Well, I don't like to call them victims. I like to call them students.
So you say the moon. You say the moon.
But I mean, like you've been cooked on every single topic that you've brought up. So like, why do you want to keep going?
I need to know this from a genuine Globus. So
okay, we can keep the frying pan going. That's fine.
5 more minutes with you then, if that's the case.
Sure.
How about this? So tides and the moon and all that.
What's the question?
Give me a little bit more on that one. So you say
you want to know how it works?
You say the tides are caused by the moon's gravity.
Yeah, and the sun's. About 1/3 from the sun and about 2/3 from the moon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. We're supposed to be spinning around the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spinning 1,000 miles an hour per day.
1,000 miles an hour per day? No, that's not even wrong on your worldview. The only thing that's affecting our water is the moon, but the sun is locked in the sun of gravity. Wait, no, I told you that the sun affects the tides.
That's all gibberish.
Did you not listen? I told you that the tides are about 1/3 from the sun and about 2/3 from the moon.
No.
Did you hear me? Can you repeat back to me what I said, what my explanation for the tides was?
So if the Earth is a ball, how does the Nile River flow?
Cook, I'm sorry, no. Cook, can you repeat back to me? Cook, no, we're not doing this. We're not pivoting again. Can you repeat back to me? Can you repeat back to me what I said about the explanation for the tides?
You said the moon causes in the sun.
I said the moon causes it. Then the sun?
You said the moon and the sun causes tides, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so then why do you keep saying that I only said the moon causes it, even if the sun's gravity is so big?
I did not say that. I laughed.
Okay, so we agree. So we agree that the moon and the sun cause the tides.
No, we don't.
Great.
No,
I'm glad that you got the answer that you came for.
No, I was trying to explain to you what I believe or what I've observed, and how I tried to give you like with waterfalls and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So what's your explanation for the tides?
So it's an upside down waterfall right now on Earth.
What's your explanation for the tides?
Are you in North America? Are you in the let me say the northern?
What's your explanation for the tides? Look, you've asked me a lot of questions. I should be able to ask you a question, right? What's your explanation for the tides?
You know how like you run your bathwater. I'm trying to.
I asked you a question. I've answered so many of yours. I want the answer to what is the explanation?
You're not in it. You know how
what is the explanation?
Listen, you know how you run your bathwater or something, and you're not in it, right? And the waters be level, right? Soon as you get in it and cause the water to move, right?
So what's causing the water to move?
When it starts swishing from side to side.
Right. So what's causing the water to move?
Wind.
You think wind causes the tides?
Yes.
So if I could show you a place where there are tides,
wind pattern.
Wait a minute, hold on. So if winds cause the tides, it sounds like that you should not have particularly strong tides at the equator, and your tides should be stronger at the at like where the jet streams are. Is that what we're saying?
See,
Or what are we doing?
Your equator and my equator is different.
Well, where do you think the winds are the strongest? And by the way, there's always two places on Earth where there's always one place on Earth where there's no wind.
I agree.
So
Somewhere.
then how can there be tides there?
Tides don't occur everywhere. So you just answered your own question.
So you're saying that to be clear, do you think that we can measure the direction of the wind while also measuring the tides? Where is it? Why don't we go check this out right now? Where is it high tide right now? High tide would, under your worldview, high tide would mean that the wind should be blowing towards the land, right?
No,
actually, we should go look for where is it low tide, right? Yeah. So if it's wind that's causing the tides, then the wind should be blowing to the place. It should be blowing from low tide to high tide, right?
Remember my example I just gave you? If you disrupt the bath water, it's going to move. The wind currents have a certain direction that they travel, right? That's what makes because it's pretty much opposite sides of the so-called globe that tides happen. So if the wind current is spinning in one direction, it's going to make
you're confused.
It's going to make the water bulge on both ends of the flat Earth.
You're confused. Okay, so you realize that there's two high tides on opposite ends of the Earth at any given time, right?
I just said that.
Okay, and there's two low tides as well.
But those don't count because we talking about
those don't count. Got it.
We talk about the major affected ones, which we know. But
okay, can you provide me evidence that it's the winds calling the? Can you provide me evidence that it's the winds providing the tides?
I'm talking to you on my phone. I can't provide.
Is there something I can go look for?
You don't have to look for it.
Then why should I believe you?
You live near places where the tides are?
No, I don't live near the ocean.
Okay, so we both don't. So I can't prove it at the moment either.
So why do you believe it if you can't prove it?
I don't. You believe it. I was answering your question.
You just gave an explanation, didn't you?
Okay. All right. What about this?
Didn't you give an explanation?
What about we agree to disagree on that one. How about this? How about this then? How about this?
The explanation you offered doesn't really align with the way that I understand tides, because
how does the Marianas Trench work on the globe?
I don't even know what the question means. It's just a hole in the ground and underwater.
Lord.
Tell me about it.
Okay, how does
Lord have mercy.
How does tectonic plates work on the globe?
You want like a geology lesson? What do you want?
Talking about because the middle.
Are you asking like how they move, like why they move? Because you might have to go ask a geologist about that.
Okay, because it's flat.
How does that? What? Just go talk to a geologist.
That's the only way that something can travel up under another thing is if they meet head on.
What's driving the tectonic plates in your view?
People digging and fucking up the earth.
Oh my God. You can't be serious. Sorry, I kicked him. There's no way he's serious that he thinks tectonic plate drift is caused by people. That's crazy. What a wild world we live in. Yeah, hello YouTube. From Jimmy with the $2 Sorry, bro. The guest said, know what I mean? Heaps. Oh, yes, he did say. People do say that a lot. From Reverend Nate with the 2 Canuck bucks. Constantly interrupting fool. Don't be rude. Yeah, I mean, like, look, if you're going to apologize, then, like, you should mean it, right? Otherwise, don't apologize. From Binary Ghosts with the $5. The tides are caused by Poseidon. Helios and Selena have nothing to do with the ocean, no matter how much their cultists want to claim. True. Helios and Selena have nothing to do with it. You're right. From Gretchen with the $5. Lamp, please lighten Blitzy's heart to unblock Free, maybe just on FLERF days. We cast FLERFs lately. At least Free brings notes and fake math. IBT, hashtag illuminated by the lava lamp. That just seems like more trouble than it's worth. All right, let's talk to Tark Alien. Tark Alien, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Tark Alien, what shape do you think the Earth is?
So I'm going to make the argument that the Earth is flat, and I have a
Do you
few...
believe the Earth is flat?
Canonically, no.
Okay, thanks for being here. Let's talk to Fuzzy D. All right, Fuzzy D looks like they're not. Oh, Fuzzy D, hey, how's it going?
I just joined in to tell you that your camera is distinct on TikTok.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Okay, see ya.
Later. All right, let's bring up RJ NoCap. TikTok is just wonky sometimes. RJ, how's it going?
Yo. What's good, man?
RJ,
No, going good.
Great, I'm glad to hear it. RJ, what shape do you think the Earth is?
The Earth doesn't have a shape, bro.
I mean, like, do you think it's spherically shaped, or do you think that it's like planar?
The Earth is inside a construct, like I guess people say is a firmament, but it's like a construct, but it doesn't have necessarily like a shape to it.
It doesn't.
But I would
necessarily
say
have a
this though.
shape
I would
to
say
it.
this though. Let me break this down. I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah. Go.
Us
cook.
going back and forth every single time you're going back and forth with people, I see people arguing with you and stuff like that. Is pointless because now we're just people used to explore. Now we're just going back and forth with each other.
Oh, people
and stuff
still
like
do.
That. We're not exploring.
People
And
definitely
then-
do
no,
still
no.
explore. Yeah, definitely does still happen.
Second, you will always 90% of the time win the argument because the
Yeah,
mainstream is backing you up.
It's definitely 100% of the time.
You have more information. You have.
You're right. I
access
do
to
have more information. I'm more
when it
well
comes to
informed. I'm
research.
more well educated. I'm more knowledgeable about this subject. You're right.
No, bro. No. All right. So look,
I am.
All right. So look.
Can you tell me what?
See how?
Can you tell me what?
There was a guy.
RJ, you got to let me talk at some
ahead.
point. Can you tell
Go
me
ahead,
what?
go ahead.
Can you tell me what de Sitter precession is?
No, I'm not gonna try to complain like I
Okay.
care about that either.
Can you tell me what the lens thirring effect is?
No, I can't.
Okay. Can you
I'm
tell
not
me
gonna
what
try to argue about
Can you
that
tell me
either.
what a Compton generator is?
No.
Okay.
Cannot tell you
so
what that
it
is.
sounds like I'm
No,
just
no.
more well informed about this topic than you are.
No. First of all,
Got it.
just because you know these, so now it's my turn. I'll let you speak. So there was a guy that was talking about. You just explained to him about the water levels and stuff like that in the lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that argument doesn't even matter at all. Because first of all,
When you're off the app, I can't hear you.
oh shit, I was trying to look it up on the thing. My bad. But when I was looking it up, it says to go straight from one end of the curvature to another end, it's about, I think it say over 12,000 miles. Another one says 24,000 miles to go around the curvature or something like that.
Yeah.
So to do that measurement,
24,000 miles is the circumference of the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, so you will have to do the measurement of one side of the Earth to another side of the quote unquote Earth
No,
to
you
do
wouldn't.
the measurement with that. Yes, you would.
No, you could measure a much you could measure a much smaller distance and then use that to infer the shape of the Earth. Especially if you do it in a whole bunch of different places. Yeah, you can. This is how we do science, actually.
No,
I don't know if this is something that you're well informed on.
There's a whole lot of factors that comes with the natural.
Yeah, okay, so
order
what are the factors that could be
of-
affecting what's going on in these experiments that happen in
Okay.
many different places at many different times?
Okay.
And why do
first
they
of
all point towards the Earth being round and none of them point towards the Earth being, enclosed by a firmament?
First of all, what you just said, okay, that's a good question. So when we do these researches, right? When people do researches, they do researches to their point of views. This is why I say
that's what non-professional scientists do. Professional scientists are the least likely to be cognitively biased when conducting experiments. That's in the job description. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
so first of all, why is all the important scientists that do important research that find certain discovery that could benefit humanity get killed then?
They don't.
Yes, the fuck they do.
Give me an
Oh
example.
my god.
Give me an
Damn,
example.
bro. Damn.
Give me an
What's
example.
the scientist? What's the scientist's name? There was a few of them. Damn, I don't remember the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie, but I will say this though.
But these are the most important scientists, and you can't remember a single one.
Listen. There was a dude. There was a person that made electric cars back in the days. I forgot his name.
We have electric cars now.
No, but back in the days, I'm talking about
Electric cars are older than internal combustion engine cars. They were made in the 1800s.
Okay. I agree with that. And then I just want to say that
the inventor wasn't assassinated.
There's somebody who made who made like water run out of the car. I forgot his name too.
So how do you know that actually worked?
Cause we talking about the news interview him and he did it live in front of him.
No, he never did.
Bro, come on, bro.
No, Blitz, he never did. He just made the claim that it worked.
Blitz, that was just one person. There was somebody.
So you gave me an example of a fraud who you confused for a brilliant
they say
scientist.
The fraud. So me and you cannot prove that was a fraud.
Wait, so why do you believe that he wasn't a fraud?
Listen.
Why do you believe that he wasn't a fraud?
Once again,
you can't keep saying once again. Answer the damn question.
Listen. I'm answering your question. Let me talk. I'll let you talk. It's our perspective. Me and you cannot prove it was a fraud or not. Because at the end of the day, we was not there. And when we go get our information, we're getting our information from the internet.
So
we do not control the internet, my guy. So,
RJ, we have good reason to think that it was a fraud.
No. Wait, let me finish talking. I'm gonna let you talk as much as you want.
Sure.
Okay. Me and you going back and forth is fucking pointless, bro. We need to go out there. We need to, cause look, I'm gonna break it down because everybody that comes to you is trying to play big ball, trying to outsmart people.
Okay, so are you gonna change the topic? Because I want to address this fraud. This fraud who claimed to power cars with water.
Listen. I'm getting to it.
Yep. Talk about the fraud.
All of this is pointless because once again we need to.
Okay, you keep saying it's pointless, so then get to the point.
Okay, go ahead.
So the way that I thought you just said go ahead, don't talk.
Yeah.
The way that we can know with good certainty that this guy was a fraud is because he didn't let any scientists test it. He didn't let anybody else test it. Which means that there was no way to verify the claims that he was making, right?
Okay.
There's no way to verify that. That is the critical sign of a fraud.
You said that right.
If you have a real discovery, you let other people test it. You demonstrate it in front of other scientists. Have them build their own versions and make sure that they work. That's how you demonstrate that you're not a fraud.
Okay.
He never did that, so we have good reason to think that he was a fraud.
You done?
Stop asking if I'm done. I will be done when I'm done.
What are you talking about? It's my turn to speak, but I'm letting you talk.
You said you'd let me talk for however long I want. Actually, you know what?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna boot you because I forgot. This is my live stream. By the way, I wanted to address something that somebody brought up at the beginning of that conversation. Somebody said, Dr. Blitz or mods, I hope you guys see this. It's already in the past, but I hope you guys see this. Using doctor or PhD in your name will make people think that you're right. And if you're using this for a guise, then that's no good. I have a PhD in physics. I call myself Dr. Blitz because I have a doctorate. I have a doctorate. I am well informed on this. I am an expert. Mr. Kellen Sanchez Meow. I'm using PhD in my public profile because I earned it. There's no ethical issues here. They should believe me over uninformed, non-educated people because I am more well informed. That's how that works. Anyway, let's read some super chats. Show it. We don't even know your name, let alone your credentials. Well, I don't want to dox myself. But here's the actual paper. Probably illegible, but I'd have to like put marker on it to like censor out my like actual name and stuff. But yeah, that's the actual paper. From Evil Ducks with the $2. Bring Canonically No back. I need to know what the fuck. Canonically No is a very funny answer, by the way. From Jessica with the $5 Australian. The traditional dance of the flurf. Get debunked, now pivot. Get debunked, now pivot. 2 pivots this time. Bah, bah. That's the bit. From C-Bar with the $2. Whip out those luscious locks. We're over 100K. We did. We got there. From Tim Davidson with the $2. Straight out of Compton generator, right? No, I'll read the Cash App. Don't worry, we didn't miss it. From Reverend Nate with the 5 Canuck bucks. The Compton generator gave us Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg. Exactly. Generates Compton. Generates rappers from Compton. From Mike Hatch with the £2. Which do you prefer, Flatty, Jaren or Papa Flurf? I prefer Papa Flurf, but that's what I learned. That was the first thing I learned, right? And from Dwayne Warren with the $2. Dr. Blitz deals with a lot of minds with wild ideas. I do. All right, and then we got a super chat, which I don't want to miss. Or a Cash App, sorry. From Juno for Get Bent, Earth is Flat Punk. Thank you for the $6, Juno. I do appreciate you. Oh, we have a few super chats. We had $5 from Shay for, I hadn't considered Not Me, You. I think that's in reference to something I missed. And from Cyber Deconstruction, thank you so much for go buy yourself a coffee after that one. Oh, I will. I will buy myself a coffee, or I'll just make coffee actually at home because, you know, that's the financially responsible thing to do, right? All right, let's bring up another guest. I'm just double checking I'm not missing anything. Apologies. Okay. Doctor or PhD should be censored. Think of the children. All right, let's talk to John Malone. John Malone, how's it going?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, John. John, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I think it's a circle.
A circle? Like a plate is a circle, or like a basketball is a circle?
A plate as a circle, not a basketball as a circle. But hey, check it out. This is my question to you.
Yeah, fire away.
All right. You agree that the Earth rotates, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You also would agree that the atmosphere moves, right?
Yep.
Okay. You can look this up. You remember Hurricane Dorian?
Hurricane Dorian. I remember it. I just don't remember which one that was. But yeah, sure.
Okay. Hurricane Dorian. It made landfall over the Bahamas, and it sat over there, basically stalled out for the most part for in excess of 30 hours. Okay,
so I'm seeing. Wait a minute. Are we talking about the same hurricane? Because this is what I'm seeing. Let me show you what I'm seeing, and it just doesn't look like it stalled out. One sec. I'm seeing this path. Is this the path that you're talking about?
Nope. Hurricane Dorian sat over the Bahamas for 30 plus hours.
If I go to Hurricane Dorian, and I go, I'm just clicking on Wikipedia. This is Hurricane Dorian was in 2019, and it just says that this is the path that it took.
Okay, read the path that it took.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it right now. I don't know.
Yeah, you're looking at the entire path. Okay, look at where it stalled at.
I don't.
It's not going to tell you that.
I don't know if I
it's
have
stalled.
that information, but
it should be right there because it's the only hurricane that stalled out or basically moved for like 2 or 3 miles per hour over a period of 30 plus hours.
So this says from August 26th to 29th, Dorian produced damaging winds and heavy rain across the eastern Caribbean. In Barbados, winds reached 55 miles per hour, downing trees, blah, 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 blah. In Martinique, heavy rains peaked at 102 millimeters. Heavy showers in Dominica left multiple communities without power and water. Rainfall extended north to Guadalupe, where accumulations reached 121 millimeters, striking the Virgin Islands.
To the Bahamas.
Okay, so increased tides were experienced in the Bahamas ahead of the storm, with rip currents occurring as well. A few hours later, destructive conditions arrived, with Hurricane Dorian making landfall as a Category 5 hurricane at 1640 UTC, becoming strongest hurricane in modern records to strike the northwestern Bahamas. Around 12:30 p.m. AST, I don't know what AST stands for. Category 5 winds arrived at the Bahamas with the eye wall. I'm just looking for the next part. At 7 o'clock on September, Grand Bahama International Airport was underwater. So that looks like that was 17 hours later. It was on Grand Bahama International Airport was underwater.
Keep going.
I'm looking. At that time on September 2nd, which was, yeah, that was like around the time that the thing was that the airport was underwater. Tropical storms conditions continued into Monday, September 2nd. At 2 p.m., a sustained wind of 56 miles per hour and a gust of 69 miles per hour was at a NOAA coastal marine observing site at Settlement Point on the west end of Grand Bahama Island. So it looks like it lasted. It looks like it took the entire storm about like about a day, like 26 hours to cross over the Bahamas.
Okay, it's only 24 in a day.
Yeah, so it looks like it took like 26 hours to cross over the Bahamas. And the Bahamas
only 24
being here, right? These are the Bahamas here.
Right.
So
There are
it
only 20. Hang on. 1 second.
it sweeped over. So
All right.
I don't understand what the issue is.
Say, Gordon, 30 hours in total. I've seen this before. Okay. My question to you is, for any form of a weather system to sit in one place on a revolving Earth for more than 24 hours, how is that possible if the world is not flat, or if the world is not moving? Period.
Well, the weather system is moving with the Earth.
No, it's not moving with the Earth. A hurricane
but that's
will
how
be
it
going against
is.
the Earth.
No, the hurricane doesn't go against the Earth's rotation.
So okay, well, explain this to me then. If you're saying that the weather patterns move with the Earth, how is it that the weather patterns outrun the Earth?
Well, so on average they move with the Earth. They can sometimes move a little bit faster, sometimes move a little bit slower. So it'll look like they'll go west or east. Sometimes they'll go a little bit north or south because they're moving in a slightly different direction than the Earth's rotation underneath it. But the average is that they are moving with the Earth.
In which direction does the Earth spin?
The Earth spins from west to east.
From west to east. In which direction does the weather patterns in the atmosphere travel?
It just depends on the local winds.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't.
there are prevailing conditions, but like the local winds are definitely they can change directions.
Okay, which way does the jet stream go?
I think it goes from west to east, doesn't it? But I don't actually know off the top of my head.
Okay, in the same direction that the Earth is supposed to spin. Okay. Yeah, I heard you say that there's, and I agree with this too, that you really can't measure rotations in miles per hour. But given that the mainstream has told us that the Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour.
Oh, the mainstream doesn't say that.
Mainstream does say that.
Not really.
No. You've had too many people that come up here that got that from the mainstream. Which
Well, they got it from flat earthers generally.
No, it's not flat earthers. That's what they tell everybody. They told you that in school.
Well, I definitely didn't learn that in school. I definitely didn't learn that in school. I learned that from flat earthers. That fact I learned, that's a thing that flat earthers say. Normal people say that the Earth rotates once per day.
Okay, so what was in your Earth science book when you was in school?
Bro, I don't remember. It was like 20
I'm
years ago.
Sure you don't. I'm sure
it was
you
like
don't,
20 years ago.
Oh, that was 20 years ago for you.
Yeah.
So it should be fresh. It was more than that for me.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't remember things from 20 years ago.
Question. How can a storm sit in one spot for 30 plus hours and the Earth is still moving?
It's moving with the Earth.
It's not moving with the Earth, and not if it's stationary and stalled out.
It is moving with the Earth. That's how it's staying above the same location.
What does stationary mean? What does stalled out mean?
Stationary typically means that there's a time-like killing vector.
There's a what?
Yeah, I figured. Stationary is not there's a time-like killing vector.
A time-like killing vector. Now you pulling shit out your ass. Just because you don't simply want to say that, okay, this thing can move, but this thing's not moving, so this thing should have left it sitting right where it is. That's what you're trying to avoid saying.
No, I mean, like the winds move with the Earth.
Sat still. If the hurricane sat still,
you just seem very confused.
There's no way.
You just seem very. Well, I mean, you've been saying the same thing for like 10 minutes now. I can just mute you, right? If you get louder, that doesn't mean that people can hear you better. Look, I already explained how it works. Now you need to explain why that's wrong. Why is it wrong that the hurricane moved with the surface of the Earth? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that explanation?
Because because the weather doesn't move with the surface of the Earth.
It does on average, yeah.
No, it doesn't. The weather pattern leaves and passes over the surface of the Earth. just no different than a hurricane.
So
basically,
I'm sorry.
Hang on.
If-
Let me finish.
Suppose
Because
that there are no
basically,
clouds. Suppose that there are
please
clouds
finish?
above you.
Can I please
No.
finish? Can I
No.
please finish?
No.
Can I
Suppose,
please? Well, okay. Well, boot me
so-
up out of here because you're not a
suppose that
reasonable
there's a
individual
cloud.
enough to have a.
Suppose that there's a cloud over you, and it's not windy. Oh, he left. Yeah, so there are often prevailing winds. Depends on like the season, and it depends on the temperatures and stuff like this. Often you will see like, you know, if you're in the, I don't remember which one it is, but I think that when I was in New Zealand, the person I was with said that, yeah, we know that a storm's coming when the winds start blowing from the northeast, which means that the winds aren't always blowing from the northeast. So like the wind direction changes, but sometimes it's not windy. And if it's not windy, that means that the air is moving or not moving with the earth, right? If the earth is rotating, but it's not windy, that means that the air is moving with the earth. And you can have clouds above you. You can have rainstorms where it's not windy. I just don't understand what's so hard about that. It seems just challenging for some people to understand that. From Sean Hawkins with the $5, all callers equals, quote, please explain everything I should have learned in grade school. Look, I don't know how to teach grade school, but I'm talking to adults here, so I shouldn't need to explain things in terms of like elementary school stuff. And from Dr. Fudge with the $5, keep wanting the tangential velocity of the Earth's surface, but how fast do they think it'd be spinning at like the 80th parallel? Can't have one number. Exactly, that's the issue. That's why we don't describe the rotation of the Earth in terms of miles per hour, because it's not in a tangential velocity. You need to specify a latitude and a reference point if you want to know the rate of rotation of the Earth in some sort of tangential speed. From Eustace Page with the $2, man, today seems to be a rough day for FLERFS. Yeah, it is. It is a rough day for FLERFS. Caleb, you don't get to come up. I don't talk to Nazis. Sorry. You threw your credibility out the window. You don't get to be here. I mean, you can be in the comments and complain. I don't mind that, but I don't talk to Nazis. I'm sorry. Charles, how's it going? Charles? Charles, you know you're here? Oh, he left. Okay. Let's talk to Starstream. Starstream, how's it going?
Hi there. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Just a quick one. I just thought about an analogy for that other previous guy.
That's not what the live stream is for. Sorry, Starstream. It's not what the live stream's for. I just got some sort of notification. Okay, so it's not that. Who's this person? Oh, okay. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate you. I have to write down a quick note really quick. Sorry. Okay. Let's talk to... Oh, it looks like that we're... Oh, I guess RJ NoCap wants to come back. RJ NoCap, welcome back. You ran away before. I don't know what happened.
What? I ran away? Sir, come on, bro. Come on, Blitz. Come on, bro. Don't do me like that, bro.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I kicked you. It was the previous guy who ran away. You're right.
Bro,
why did I kick you again?
Look, you said that. I don't even know why you. I don't even know why you kicked me, bro. I was being.
Must have had a good reason. All right, let's talk to Joseph Lawhorn. Joseph, how's it going?
What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Joseph, what shape do you think the Earth is?
The Earth is flat. States it in the Bible.
Wait a minute, Joseph.
You gonna kick me?
All right. Joseph, what's your favorite meat?
My favorite meat? I'm not a meat eater.
Yeah, I thought so, Joseph.
Wow. Why you think so? Why I got
I'm pretty sure that's Mike Brigandy. Absolutely, right? He just has a new account now. All right, let's talk to... Oh, no, never mind. We only have 2 repeat guests. Burger King Lover, 6967. Let's talk to Burger King Lover.
Hello?
Burger King Lover, how's it going?
I'm okay.
What shape do you think the Earth is, Burger King?
It's flat.
Why do you think so?
Because if you look at the ocean, you won't see a curvature. Wait, I'll show you an analogy. I'll show you my wait, sorry. Okay, I have some here.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Earth is a spherical shape, then the light of the lighthouse would go right there, but it would be illogical because the Earth is flat. So
why do you think they build lighthouses so tall?
It's because in order for them to see the light, like, look, it goes straight, but if it goes curvature, it would be illogical and it won't help the boats.
It doesn't really seem like that answered my question, right?
Okay,
why do they build them so tall?
For me, I don't know. Can you provide me a reason?
Yeah, it's that way then you can see them from further away.
Yeah, so like
if the Earth was flat, it wouldn't matter how tall it is. You'd be able to see it regardless of the height.
Yeah, but if it was
curved, then you can only see taller things you can only see taller things from further away, and you can't see taller things from closer.
So I have...
Oh, where'd he go?
Okay, here, another thing. So like,
I don't know what I'm looking at.
You guys believe in gravity, right?
Is your argument based on memes?
No, it's not memes.
This is literally a meme that you're showing me.
Wait, I'll gotta show. I have so many stuff.
Why are you showing me memes?
Memes, look.
Why are you showing me memes? Also, I can't see that. It's too tiny.
Sorry, it's by like...
Why not just make the argument?
Okay, so like one of our arguments, because I'm a part... Okay, sorry. So yeah, basically I'm a part of the Philippine... Hello?
Welcome back.
Okay, so sorry. So basically I am a part of a Philippine Flat Earth community, which is Emil Organization Club. So we basically
means.
Yeah, it's based on Philippines. So we basically have like a leader. His name is Emil.
Okay.
Emil Inagi. So he teaches us about how the Earth is flat and how it's like a government thing that they're hiding, like the life beyond ice wall, stuff like that. So yeah, basically
what's the claim here? What's the argument that you're making?
So basically, the government is hiding something from us. That's
why do you think that?
Claim. Because, like, what if the moon landing was like not real? Because he provides us.
Do you have like evidence or an argument for something, or?
Yeah, here. Wait, let me show you. So like he keeps on giving us these. So like before Photoshop, the astronaut was found on the like, what's that called again? On the like aquarium based.
Why are you showing me memes?
No, he teaches us this.
Okay, well, you should tell him to come on here then, because it doesn't sound like you know the arguments, or you know the evidence or anything like that.
Also show you.
All right, I think that we're just gonna call it. He didn't really come on with anything of interest, really. He was just saying I don't know. It was kind of weird, right? Anyway, technically we could end early. Maybe we'll bring on Ray Ray. Oh, Ray Ray didn't want to come up. All right. Well, no, I mean, we have, like, I have to eat lunch. So I'm probably gonna, I can't bring on another. Okay, well, okay, we can bring on Master Javier. We'll do one more maybe.
Oh, perfect.
Master Javier, how's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing all right. Master Javier, what shape do you think the Earth is?
What shape do I know the Earth is? It's a flat plane that's shaped. The energetic shape of it is a toroidal field, but the physical shape
This was
of it
worth
is
it.
a flat plane.
I'm glad I brought you up. What's a toroidal field?
A toroidal field is basically the aura of the planet. Everybody got an aura. Just
No, I mean,
how
like
you
what,
have
like
an
what
aura.
shape is a toroidal field?
It's basically like an apple.
Oh, you sure?
That's why. No, I'm definitely sure. It's the same.
How sure
It's
are
basically
you?
like it's an apple, or some is shaped like a donut, but it's mostly like the combination of that.
Well, which one is it? Is it a donut shape or is it an apple shape?
Both. Different variations of toroidal fields, depending on the bandwidth, or the size, or the aura. So just like
This is interesting.
Yeah.
So on the left, this is a toroidal magnetic field.
Okay.
On the right,
and
you have a poloidal magnetic field.
oh, okay, yeah, poloidal, yeah.
So okay, so you thought that a toroidal magnetic field is poloidal, which makes me think that you don't actually know what you're talking about.
No, I do know what I'm talking about, but these people label everything. They use terminologies for different things.
Yeah, we use words to describe things. That's how English works. So
right, but in this English language,
what
right, which is
field?
also,
What kind of field is this poloidal field that you are
so
talking about?
The Earth, again, right? The Earth has a aura field, an electromagnetic field. Without the electromagnetic
okay, so it's
field,
electromagnetic. Got it?
yes, the same thing.
And
Aura
what direction is it in?
electromagnetic.
What direction does the electromagnetic field go in?
It's up and down.
Up and
It's a
down.
toroid- it's a
If it
torus.
was up and down, then it wouldn't be.
It's the same, dude. We're talking about the same thing. You're going into semantics with this dead
This
language.
isn't semantics. I'm trying to get
It's
through.
literally
I'm trying to look at the
semantics.
this.
The
This
same-
literally isn't semantics. So look, do you think that the field is like the one on the right or the one on the left?
It's both. It's
It can't be
literally
both. They're different things.
No, it's the same thing. That's
Wait,
what
these are literally different things, right?
Sir,
One goes around
I'm
in a circle.
telling
The other
you-
one is like the apple-shaped one,
I'm
right?
telling you, if you would listen, you would get. I'm in teaching mode.
Do you? Oh my God!
It's
This
in
is so
the
funny.
same- Okay, your
Go ahead.
scientists
Go ahead and teach me.
are
Teach me. Yeah.
splitting. You're split. Calm down your ego, because it makes no sense. Your scientists are splitting up the same exact concept and using different names for the same exact concept. You know what I'm saying? The aura field that you're seeing, whether it's a toroidal field or whatever other word that you said, it's the same exact shape. That's like saying that, that's like splitting a circle.
So you think that it's the
and
one on
cutting
the
it
right,
in half,
right?
and then calling the two halves
You think
of the
it's
circle a
this
different
one,
shape.
right?
I know it's both of them.
Well, look,
that's why the Earth's
I just
flat.
maybe you can just help me understand. But like, if we look at this like central plane here, see that red line, the central plane. If we look at a place on that central plane, in this case, the magnetic field runs vertically. It passes through that central plane, right? There's a plane, and then the magnetic field runs through it. On this one on the left, but in the one on the right, if we look at that central plane, it runs along it. The magnetic field can't run in two different directions at the same place at the same time. So how can it be both if they run in different directions?
Fair. It's the same exact shape. The
Can you answer my question, please?
The energy, right, is going in a up and down motion like a
Can you
battery.
answer my question, please?
I'm answering it.
But
It's
like,
going
how
in
can the
a-
magnetic field both be pointed up and pointed
No.
south
No.
at the same time?
The shape the shapes, right? They're the same exact thing, but the energy is not going.
Well,
put it like this:
these are magnetic field configurations.
That's going, let me talk. The energy that's going is not in combination with each other. I'm not saying that the two.
I'm not
different
talking about energy. I'm talking about
going
magnetic fields.
That's what I'm talking about. It's energy. The same thing.
Magnetic fields aren't energy.
Dude, everything is energy. If it wasn't energy,
oh, I thought you were in teacher mode. Typically, teachers are supposed to know things.
Sir, if you're not gonna listen, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think that
because I'm telling you
to be clear,
basic shit.
Look, question. We're talking about magnetic fields, right? We're talking about magnetic fields here, right?
Yes, that's apparently so. I don't know if you're talking about something else because you're saying it's not energy.
Yeah. So great. We're talking about magnetic fields. Can you tell me what I don't know.
Your ego is making you.
Can you tell me what the divergence, or can you tell me what the divergence of a magnetic field is?
The divergence of a magnetic field.
Yeah.
I don't use your science, kiddo. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're saying, right? Whatever you're saying about.
Okay, so it just sounds like you don't actually know any. Look,
how about this? If you're gonna, how about this?
Master Javier, I'm sorry, I'm gonna mute you. I have to actually talk because you haven't really let me talk much.
No, I'll let you talk plenty.
No, not really. You know it is my live stream, so I'm gonna mute you. So look. The point is that in like an introductory electromagnetism class, when you're learning electromagnetism from at the high school level,
what carbon 12 is? Do you know
at the high school level, when you're learning electromagnetism, you would learn that the curl or that the divergence of the electric field is 0. So it just sounds like you don't actually know what you're talking about. So no one should really.
Do you know?
No one should really listen to you as far as anything about electric or magnetic fields, for that matter. It just sounds like you're kind of talking out your ass, and you've destroyed your own reputation. No, that's exactly
what you're doing. You're not answering my question.
You've destroyed your own reputation, your own credibility by talking about something you clearly don't know anything about.
Do you know what carbon 12 is? Why do you keep muting?
Look, so I keep muting you so that I can finish my sentence.
Okay. Go ahead and finish so you can answer my question.
Okay, I'll finish. Please try not to interrupt. So the fact that you don't know something that is taught at the very beginning of a class on electromagnetism, which is the subject that you're currently talking about, screams to me that you actually. I thought you were going to let me finish.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the fact that you don't know the first thing about electromagnetism, which is the thing that you are currently talking about, electric and magnetic fields in particular, right? The fact that you don't know the first thing about these, that the divergence of the magnetic field is always 0, screams to me that you actually don't know what you're talking about at all, which makes me think that I just shouldn't take you seriously on anything, right? If you don't have any credibility and yet you're so confident to speak on something you don't know about, and I do, then why should I believe anything about what you say at all? It just seems like you would talk without credibility.
Well, it's because that your scientists, or whatever the hell's going on, whatever rhetoric that y'all teach is fundamentally disoriented. It's based off of something that you can't understand.
Oh, so but we can understand electromagnetism very well.
That's why absolutely we can. That's why your logic is misdirected. The fundamental of your perception.
Oh, you did it again. You destroyed your own credibility again, because electromagnetism is the force that is most well understood in the history of anything that humans have ever understood.
So answer my question then. Answer my question. Do you know what carbon 12 is? Do you know what carbon 12 is?
Yeah, this seems like a pivot.
What is carbon 12?
Carbon 12 is it's a particular isotope of carbon. It has six neutrons, six protons, and usually it has 6 electrons if it's electrically neutral.
6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Okay, yep. If your scientists really knew what electromagnetism was, they would have told you that carbon 12 is the basis of which everything in existence is made.
To be clear, that doesn't have anything to do with electromagnetism.
They clearly minimize.
That doesn't have anything to do with electromagnetism, but that is the basis of biology.
Electromagnetism and carbon 12
getting louder doesn't make you more right.
Related to each other.
No, they're not
related to each other.
No, if you take a neutral carbon 12 atom, it actually doesn't produce an electric monopole field.
Sir, neuromelanin and carbon 12 is the same.
You've got to be kidding me.
It's the same thing. See, y'all don't know what you're talking about, so you make a lore or a science.
I know a lot about what I'm talking about. This is my field of expertise, after all.
No, you don't. You don't know what you're talking about. You have a limited perception. That's why you make a science over
Just to be clear,
understand it.
The claim that I don't know what I'm talking about comes from the guy who didn't know that the curl of the magnetic field is 0, and who didn't know that the monopole electric field from a neutral carbon atom is 0.
Again, you're just making up words. So
these are not made up words. These are in an introductory
textbook.
These are
made up terminologies.
Not made up. They're in all sorts of textbooks. These predate. These don't come from the United States. These are far older.
Who owns the education system? Who owns the education system?
Nobody.
The Rothschilds.
No.
That's not even a conspiracy theory.
It is a conspiracy theory. Literally, it's a conspiracy theory.
Okay, then
now,
you can say that you guys going to space is a conspiracy theory.
Look, if you said the Rothschilds funded a large portion of the early education system in the early 1900s, that would be correct. But they don't own the education system. And to be clear, they funded it in the United States. They didn't fund it elsewhere.
If you're funding something and you're investing something,
they didn't fund it outside of the United States.
That you're creating it.
They didn't fund it outside of the United States. The education system already existed. They donated large sums of money to kick the education system off the ground.
Did not exist back then until they made it.
Do you know when the first public school was founded in the United States?
That was from Germany. They're based in Germany.
Do you know when the first public school was founded in the United States?
The first public school. Do you know?
Yeah, it was in the 1800s in Boston. The first public high school. The first public like elementary school. Yeah, the first public high school was in Boston in 1821.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. It's called the English High School.
We already had schools. We already had educational systems here. We already had
not public high schools. Not public high schools.
Right, before they changed it, because you don't know your real history.
Oh, you're a
wait,
hold on. Do you think sorry, look,
sir,
just so people don't assume I'm being racist. I assume that most people would call you black, Javier.
No, sir. Black is a denationalization.
Would most people
term.
use that? Would most people use that language?
Of course, but I'm not black.
But you think that you're indigenous to the United States?
No, I know because I know
history. So you are, and do you think that your people are the original Israelites?
Oh, hold on. Let me just give you a picture right here, because.
Do you think that your people are the original Israelites?
I can just easily dismantle your whole life.
Do you think that your people are the original Israelites?
Israelites have nothing to do with my people, first of all.
Okay. So you're just stealing the culture and appropriating the culture of the North American indigenous people.
North American indigenous people. Okay, what does America mean? What does America mean?
It was just the name of an Italian guy.
No, sir. America means Tamari. Means
it's
land.
Literally the name of an Italian guy.
Let me teach you because
his name was Amerigo Vespucci.
No, because they named him way after he died. It's not Amerigo Vespucci.
It's literally named after Amerigo Vespucci.
No, he wasn't even he's a colonizer. That's a
he was.
Yes,
and they named it after him because the colonizers won.
It's not that.
That's what ended up happening.
Let me teach you. Stop being arrogant. Because you're arrogant.
Clearly, you've tried to teach me on electromagnetism and you failed.
Means land.
Look, you failed to teach me on electromagnetism, even though you spoke confidently.
Land.
You can speak as confidently as you want.
Themselves
you can speak as confidently as you want. It doesn't mean that you're going to be correct. And in fact, you've already destroyed your credibility. So no one should take you seriously at this point.
If that's the case, why am I getting a lot of credit? This is
I don't think anybody is. I don't think you're getting a lot of credit.
Bucko. I'm teaching you real history and you're denying it.
Why are you stealing Mexican heritage by calling me Bucko?
Mexico, oh my God. Mexican wasn't even called Mexican back then. Those were the Mexicans. That's not even a real name.
So where do you think the word Bucko came from?
That was the
Where do you think the word Bucko came from?
X is the X.
Where do you think the word Bucko came from? Do you know? It comes from buckaroo, which comes from bucero, which is Spanish, and it was a word that it was a word used to describe Mexican cowboys.
They were called the Laditos. The Laditos are the real Spaniards. There's a difference between Spaniards and Spanish people. The Spanish people are the Filipinos, right? And the Siberians that came over here. I got the pictures to prove it. I'm just not just talking about my ass. I'm not just talking about my ass.
Oh, you've been talking out your ass this whole time. It's just really good content.
They came over
literally,
here in
I'm glad we agree that you've been literally talking out your ass.
They came over here in boats with the Slavic people because the etymology, if you knew your history and you knew language, you know that the etymology of Slavic, which Caucasian people are mostly called by, is slave. Y'all
Well,
are the
that's where
original
the English
slaves.
word. That's where the English word comes from. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so if Slavic and slave is the same word, how the
No,
hell
it's not.
can
It's not the same
black
word.
people?
Javier,
it's
it's not the same word.
Do you
It's
know
not the-
what entomology is? Do you know what
Yeah,
entomology is?
Entomology is the study of insects. You mean etymology.
Entomology.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna go look up
Look it up on
entomology.
Google, 'cause Google is right there,
Yeah. Entomology. Entomology is the scientific study of insects and their relationship to humans, the environment, and other organisms. What you
I don't know
mean?
what word you're looking up.
I'm
That's
looking
not
up
what I'm talking about.
I'm looking up
Entomology.
Entomology. Entomology. Want me to use it in a
Entomology.
sentence for you? You mean etymology. Etymology, etymology, is the study of the origin of words.
You knew what I meant, Slavic guy. You know what I meant.
So these are not the same word.
You knew what
They
I
share
meant.
a common root.
Stop playing, man. You on some bullshit. Stop playing. The etymology means a word that means the same, but it's switched. Letters are switched around.
No, that's not what
Slavic
etymology
slave.
means.
You are the Slav. I have to really destruct the whole thing. I gotta reteach you science, and real history on your live with over 1,000
Slavic
people.
hold on. Slavic means slave in what language?
Slavic in your own dead language that y'all created.
Okay,
for us.
definition of Slavic. Let's look it up.
And Google ain't gonna really help.
Relating or denoting the branch of the Indo-European language family that includes Russian, Ukrainian, and Belarusian, Polish, Czech, Slovak, Sorbian, and Bulgarian, Serbian, Croatian, Macedonian, and Slovene. So no, it does not mean slave.
What's it called? Slavia. You're Slavia. What's that country called in Russia?
Slavia?
I forgot what that country.
Wait, hold on, Javier. I hate to do this. I hate to do this.
Same thing.
I hate to do this, Javier. How many continents are there?
Kiddo.
How many continents are there?
What
Javier?
does slave sound like?
Javier, how many continents are there?
What does slave sound
Javier,
like?
how many continents are there?
What does the word slave sound like?
Javier, how many continents are there?
What does the word slave sound like?
Javier, please. How many
I'm in
continents are there?
teaching mode, man. You're being a bad student. Come on now.
How many continents are there? Look, I'm asking you, teacher, how many continents are there? Tell me, teacher.
If I really
Sensei,
told
tell
you,
me.
you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me.
How many continents are there, Sensei?
Because you've been indoctrinated. You've been heavily indoctrinated.
Sensei, how
You
many
really
continents
think-
are there?
You think you went to the moon. You think that space is a vacuum. You think that the earth is round when water has to be contained in something. Still water has to be contained in something.
Oh, he's been flagged for misinformation. Well, actually, that seems about right. That was, well, hello, YouTube. Yeah, no, I mean, that one's going straight up on the interwebs. Yeah, so that was something. He was, he knew so little, he started knowing negative things. Right? He started knowing negative things, and by that I mean he thought that truth or that false things were true. All right, let's read some super chats. From Gretchen with the $3, extraterrestrial equals extra land past the ice wall. True. Extra means more, and terrestrial means land. Therefore, extraterrestrial means more land. Absolutely true. From Dr. Fudge with the $5, that seemed like it was a full-on just my cult leader indoctrinated me with this, so it should work on you. Yeah, that's what happened. Which is why I wasn't really interested in talking to him. I'd love to talk to the cult leader, though. From just some guy with the $2, dude basically just said he's in a cult. Yes, he did. From Harry Crab with the €5, smart folks just state what they see. Stupid people just deny what they don't understand. You are a good and fair guy, Dr. Blitz. I appreciate it. That's so kind of you. From Dr. Fudge with the $2, if you have toroids, they make a cream for that. They do. Indeed, they do. From Gothmo with the $5, it's an apple shape and a donut shape, so the Earth is an apple fritter. Conspiracy never tasted so good. Yeah, right? Oh, man, I would love to eat an apple-shaped donut Earth. He's so good. From Brian Peck with the $5, I didn't expect the Afrocentric pseudoscientist at the end. You should ask him if his melanin makes him an interstellar radio. He probably would have said yes. He was a Hotep, not a BHI, which just means that he was appropriating the culture and the history and stealing the history of a indigenous group, which is really sad. And it's like, really anti-colonial, or sorry, it's really like a colonist mindset. From Reverend Nate with the 5 Canuck bucks, new call screen tactic. Ask them to explain emotional regulation before any debating begins. Sadly, that means you'd only get like 2 to 3 debates per show. That's true. I definitely would. Emotional regulation is hard. From Mindforged Manacle again, I joined and heard the Ladinos are the real cowboys. Yeah, look, and here, there's just something worth mentioning. For most of the people that we call black in the United States, African Americans or black people, whatever language you want to use, for most of those people in the United States, they have had their history erased, their ancestry, right? They were basically stolen for, through whatever means, but they were basically stolen from parts of Africa, generally West Africa, if I remember correctly. They were generally stolen from Africa and had their, had their social histories erased, had their cultures demolished. And so I can understand the appeal of wanting to have an indigeneity, wanting to have a culture that you can call your own. But that doesn't mean you get to steal somebody else's, right? You just be like, it is devastating and tragic that this happened. That like, the culture, the heritage of black people has been essentially stolen from them. That doesn't mean that you get to go, that black people then get to go steal it from other groups, right? Like that doesn't make it okay. And perhaps fortunately, despite the tragedy that was the transatlantic slave trade, the descendants of those slaves have developed a thriving and super influential culture, right? Like just look at almost all of American culture. Like any kind, like basically all modern music, with the exception of kind of country, but even not country, basically all modern music has its roots in slave songs or its roots in, Black and African American music. And like a lot of the, I don't want to just say it's just music. It's obviously not just music, but that's like the most obvious example. So, and like clearly a lot of other media and influential people and influential cultural icons have their origins in the descendants of the slaves that were brought over from Africa. Like this is like well understood. So it's great that this is a thing that exists. It's just sad that the original heritage, the original culture was stolen from them. It doesn't mean that you can steal it from other people though. Anyway, that's my tirade. It bothers me a lot because it ends up not just stealing the culture and the heritage of, North American indigenous people. Often it ends up stealing the culture and heritage of Jewish people, of generally like Middle Eastern people. Like it's all over the place, and it's just really shitty. Anyway, from Ekapo with the €6. Slav means word. Source being Slav. Yeah, what's the Czech word for word? Oh, it's Slovo. That's right. That's totally right. Slovo in Czech means word. From Kurt Fell with the $2. Filipinos killed it. Yeah, probably it was that. Yeah, also, it's February. Happy Black History Month. Absolutely. Caleb is begging. He's begging to be let up. This is so funny. Imagine sticking around in the chat for hours because you want so badly to be brought up in front of thousands of people and nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to do it, Caleb. I don't talk to Nazis. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me just double check, make sure there were no cash apps that I missed. Oh, there were. From Grimlock, we have a $10 cash app for your guests decrease my hopes for humanity, right? Yeah, so something else. That was definitely something else. Anyway, I think that we're going to end the live here, but thank you guys so much for being here. We will absolutely be live tomorrow, but we will be live for Ask a Physicist. So I will see you guys then. Make sure to stick around. Make sure to join the Discord. It's discord.gg/drblitz. You can also consider becoming a member on the YouTube channels. It's $4 or $5 a month. You get access to my debate notes. And make sure to go subscribe on the YouTube channel at Dr. Blitz Debunks. We need more subscribers there. where you can see all the good, juicy debates if you missed them live. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow, okay?